It's the Odd Drunk Podcast, a very strange podcast. The drunkest show in the world. It's Jackson and Colton talking out of their ass. We don't care as long as drinks are poured. Sometimes we have our friends here. We will talk about anything. We don't care as long as we have beer. And if you let that whiskey ring. The Odd Drunk Podcast.
I'm just going to drink this rum straight out of the bottle because it's that smooth and delicious.
Nice. I'm
Slightly leaning towards the liqueur family, though, I would say.
yeah.
Just a little bit. I mean, it still has enough bite, you know, for it to
pretty
be.
good stuff, though.
Yeah, it's going to be like one of my go-tos now because it tastes so good with orange juice. It tastes like a orange dreamsicle with orange juice because it's got like really strong vanilla notes.
Yep. That is definitely wine.
Astute observation, Colton.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go.
I think that
go into
this is as good as any.
A wine tasting place. Swirl it around, smell it, take a sip. Yeah.
This is good as any place to start.
Definitely wine.
Welcome back to the Odd Drunk Podcast for the last episode ever
Probably.
for the year.
Not. For the year.
The last episode of the year.
Yeah.
Which isn't saying much considering there's only one more day in this year.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, still more than 24 hours at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
But unless you're listening to this in the future,
we thought about pretending like we're recording this on New Year's, but
nah. How are we going to do that?
people would expect like a New Year's.
But you can
countdown or
time it.
something.
You can time it for like New Year's if you're insane.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're going to sync what to. I guess we'll find out later on. But
Yeah.
yeah, this is our last episode.
At some point, we'll say something cool, and and then I'll put in the description what time you should start the podcast.
When we
episode
say
at,
something cool.
So with that thing gets said
When that
at
thing.
midnight. Yeah.
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 Or maybe when I pop this bottle of sparkling wine, not champagne. If it's not from Champagne France, it isn't champagne.
Cheap.
Yeah.
No.
Well, yeah. This is from Italy. But we'll get to it.
Italian sparkling.
Italian, yeah.
I'm actually also drinking wine from Italy here.
Yeah, Italian wine is, I mean, Italy is known for wine.
They are pretty
Yeah.
well known for their wine. Yeah.
Yeah, vineyards. I remember exploring some vineyards in Assassin's Creed 2. I know that's really sad
Yeah.
because I only did it in a video game.
I've drank wine in Italy.
But it was in the Renaissance. Were you in Italy in the
You know,
Renaissance?
I was in Florence
Mm.
on St. Patrick's Day.
I've been to Venice
Oh, that's cool. I've never been to Venice.
Beach,
Oh, I've been there.
California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in Florence on St. Patrick's Day, and I was out with a couple friends. We had been drinking, and we were walking down the street, and my friend, who was really, really drunk, kept trying to like parkour off the walls
Parkour.
and be like, "I'm Ezio."
Parkour. Yeah, I remember when I tried to parkour and I just ended up hurting myself.
Yeah, this guy did not do parkour. He was just drunk, and
Yeah.
we were in Florence, so Old Town Florence by the Duomo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a lot of
And
Ezio.
then we went to McDonald's and got a cookie. Yeah, because we were drunk. Yeah.
I didn't even know McDonald's had cookies.
They do in Florence.
Wow. What was it? Was it like a snickerdoodle or chocolate
It
chip?
was just like a chocolate double. It was like a double chocolate.
Double
chip.
chocolate
So it was
chip.
like a chocolate cookie
Mm.
with chocolate chips.
So
in it.
you like to live dangerously, I see.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going.
It's not St. Patty's Day right now, though.
It is not St.
Why am I
Patty's
telling
Day.
a St. Patty's Day story?
No. Not even close. Well, actually, we're getting closer every minute,
Yeah.
technically.
Foggy Molly announced their St. Patty's Day tour, which is cool, but I'm still pretty nervous about being in big crowds.
No, exactly. That's a disaster waiting to happen.
So
Uh,
I would love to go, but I don't know if I'm comfortable with that.
yeah, my dad got COVID. He caught it. Omicron variant.
Damn.
Variant, right? That's what they would call it. No,
Yeah, I think so.
right? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's the multiverse of COVID. It's awful,
One of the,
and I hate it.
one of the
We hate
variants.
it. Yeah. But he's pretty damn sure, and I agree with him, that he got it at the Spider-Man No Way Home screening.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. And I'm surprised I didn't get anything there because it was jam-packed. But listen to that episode
Yeah.
if you've seen the movie. I don't care. It's old news
My
now.
screening wasn't jam packed. No one sat next to me. I got to.
Oh, that's
It was
nice.
pretty nice. I was able to take off my mask for part of it because there was no one sitting there.
Yeah.
Social distancing.
What a great start to this episode.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Wonderful.
so it's the end of the year.
I promise we did not pregame
As
this.
you know, it's the end of the year. We did not.
Although it sounds like we did.
We did not pre-record any of this. That's a little peek behind the curtain.
No, I said we didn't pregame this.
Oh,
Yeah. Although it sounds a little bit like we did.
you know what? We've talked about it before. We love doing this show. It's fun, but we're burnt out.
We're
We're
burnt
so
out.
burnt out at this point.
Yeah.
I think we only missed like 2 weeks out of this year. Something like that.
Something like that. Since
So,
February. And,
Give us some cred. But
Yeah.
and we will be taking the month off in January. You might get something at the end of January, maybe,
Yeah,
if we
we'll-
feel like
we'll
it.
see.
You know,
Yeah.
we might have something saved up. I don't know. Who knows? Only we know. And I'm not going to reveal that information to you.
I don't even know.
I mean, I know.
What?
I don't even know. Yeah. But so go listen to our New Year's episode last year, or don't. But it's a beer ranking.
It's a very long episode.
Very
where we
long.
drank a
When
lot
we
of
were
beer.
still trying to figure this out, even at that point. I think it's like episode 28 or 29.
Yeah.
But we thought about, okay, are we going to do like a beer ranking again this year? And we're like, nah, that was kind of miserable.
yeah.
And and I don't
I-
think it's fun to listen to.
Yeah,
Just us slowly getting drunk, drinking multiple different beers. Most of them were fine, I guess.
Yeah.
But
a lot of IPAs.
it was just a lot of different beers that did not mix well together.
Yeah.
And I, you know,
and we tried our best to categorize them.
we did.
and,
No, I
like,
think we
drink
did a
them
good
in
job.
in an order
But it's still,
that worked, but it was still a lot.
well, imagine drinking multiple IPAs, a couple sours, some lagers, the occasional stout, and a pumpkin beer. That was awful, by
The
the way.
stouts fucked me up.
But imagine drinking all of that in one, like, 3-hour sitting.
Yeah.
Not, not good.
I had those stouts in my fridge until about August.
And you know what's funny
When I
about all
finally
that?
threw 'em out.
We were supposed to just taste them,
No,
but we ended up drinking like every can.
Yeah, we drank
We only had a few leftovers out of that.
good memories.
Yeah, so that exists, but that's old news. That's 2020.
No regrets.
No one cares about 2020. Really, seriously, that was a horrible year.
2020, yeah.
What
2021
about 2021, Colt?
was not quite as
Horrible.
horrible. But
There was a
it
lot of good things in 2020.
Still wasn't great.
But yeah. So what we're gonna do here, to cap off the end of the year, we're gonna do a little bit of a recap, a review of 2021.
I don't think that 2021 was actually much better than 2020. But
We had a lot of cool content,
we got a lot of cool content.
and
I think by the time the 2021 rolled around, we were used to living in pandemic era.
used to it.
So
And I do think our show got
yeah.
better, significantly
yeah,
better
I
in
think-
2021. I would say,
we started sticking to a schedule.
yeah, that's a thing.
That's pretty cool.
Well, yeah,
Mostly.
mostly. So yeah, I've got a list of movies, series, podcast episodes of our own that I would recommend.
Yeah.
I don't really want to talk about real news, because honestly, there was a lot of depressing news this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know about that Facebook. The lady that worked with Facebook that revealed that they were purposely spreading misinformation and disinformation. And then Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg's answer to that was renaming the company Meta and creating the metaverse, which is like a VR thing that looks awful.
Wow, Mark Zuckerberg, you're so cool.
And I've come so close to
metaverse.
deactivating my Facebook account this year. Because not necessarily because of my like interactions, but it's just so toxic and just
I
awful.
find I don't spend as much time on Facebook as I used to.
I spend a lot more time on Instagram now, which is also owned by Meta.
I mean, I still spend a lot of time on Facebook, but I just feel like
and follow our Instagram.
not
Check
quite
that
as much
out.
as I used to. Yeah, do that.
A lot of fun stuff on there and good people.
Fun thing that happened in 2021.
There's-
I made a TikTok account.
Linktree in the description below.
Yeah, I don't make videos, but I did download the app, and
You know, I've been contemplating whether
I don't hate it as much as I thought.
I
I actually
no, there's some funny
kind
stuff.
of
I've been
enjoy
watching
it.
my girlfriend as she watches it. But
that's why I downloaded it, because
but it's
my
also-
girlfriend was.
TikTok's also really toxic.
It is, yeah.
Like
I follow puppy videos.
there's oh yeah, puppy stuff. Oh yeah, can't go wrong.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. I follow
But
him.
another horrible thing,
Um,
deplorable thing that happened in 2021 is all these toxic, bad, stupid TikTok trends of like destroying property,
there's some bad
taking
TikTok
off
trends.
LeBron James's heads, which is dumb, but it
I
does
remember
destroy
that
the
one.
product.
Yeah, I remember
and I
that
had
one.
to deal with it because I work in retail.
Yeah, I
And-
enjoyed your comment on. There was a post on Facebook that was describe your job with very poorly, and your comment was just
Screaming internally.
and I thought that was really good.
I work retail and I scream internally. I think you could figure it out.
Yeah.
It's only temporary, I promise. Damn it, it is. But what's another? Oh yeah, there was this other horrible TikTok thing where I think they would kick doors. These teenagers, I don't think it was as widespread, but they would kick doors to the rhythm of a song and literally basically borderline break into people's homes just for a joke.
Jeez.
And this kind of reminds me of like 2010s YouTube prank culture where the pranks were
Yeah, we're just.
it wasn't pranks. It's just like,
They
oh,
were just like assault.
yeah, like, oh, I jumped on your car. I pushed you into a off a bridge. It's just a prank, bro.
Just a
It's the
prank.
same thing, but evolved and honestly worse because TikTok has such a wide reach. And I believe TikTok has actually overtaken Google as the most used web platform.
Really?
Don't quote me on that, but I've seen it.
Wow.
Some ordinary gamers on YouTube talk about it. If you know him, you're cool.
Yeah.
He's this Canadian guy that
Definitely
talks
know
about.
who you're talking about.
Yeah. I watch a few of his videos.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also Omicron.
Omicron.
COVID, anyone that thought COVID would be over by the end of 2020 or even 2021, dead
yeah,
wrong.
No.
It's just gonna ever evolve. And it's just gonna be part of our lives now. I think.
Yeah, we're learning to live with it.
Yeah.
I
mean, we learned to live with the flu.
Omicron is pretty bad, but
My dad caught it.
yeah.
He knows he caught Omicron,
Yeah.
and he said it doesn't last as long. It only lasts like 3 or 4 days, but it hits you hard. But then it's done. Like you feel better immediately.
I heard a study that said, I
heard it's a lot more sore throat stuff.
Yeah, I heard a study that said, and this study did point out, they said, take this as a grain of salt because we're still working out, our research on it.
Take our whole podcast with a grain of salt.
Yeah, but they said that it possibly Omicron might, even though it's more infectious, might end up with less hospitalizations per capita, though.
Yeah.
But they didn't. They said still take it with a grain of salt because they're still learning about it.
Well, yeah, from what I've heard, it doesn't require it doesn't last 10 days. It doesn't necessarily require a 10-day quarantine, but most companies still require that.
Yeah, the CDC.
The CDC
said 5 days, which makes
For
me
Omicron?
makes me uncomfortable. I think it should be a few more days than that just to be safe. But
Yeah, but from what my dad's experienced, like it hit him hard. Like he's never been sick since like the 90s. Like literally all the time I've known my dad, he's never been sick.
yeah.
He might get a cold, but
Yeah.
like nothing major. And it hit him hard. I've never heard him sick that sick before. And he's pretty sure he got it at Spider-Man No Way Home. And I was like, was it worth it? And he was like, honestly, he was like, I know this may sound nerdy, but it was worth it.
It was very nerdy, but
Yeah.
I understand.
It was. I'd get. Well, I wouldn't willingly get Omicron to see, who in that movie, but it was good. Listen to that review. But anyways, so yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of a recap. I think we got most of the sad, depressing news out of the way. There's more. There's a lot more from this year.
Yeah,
But I don't want to talk about
not
that.
talk about too much.
And honestly, I don't want to talk about things I don't know. But you know what we do know? If you've been listening to us, we know
Yeah.
movies,
Yeah,
we know getting drunk, and we know stuff that doesn't matter in the end.
Yeah,
But you know what? That's fun. We're here to have fun, right? Anyone that hates fun, stop listening to this
Yeah,
podcast.
You suck.
Yeah. If you hate fun, go. I hope you trip on a.
That's why we don't get listens because we insult our listeners.
But don't hate
But
fun.
too late. You've already been listening for 20 minutes.
Yeah. No, and for the podcast, it's been a great year,
Oh
honestly.
yeah, we've been very happy with the
We mentioned it earlier, and I don't
the numbers.
I don't like to talk about it too often, but we started the beginning of this year with just getting 1,000 downloads,
Mm-hmm.
and by now we've got over 3,000, and that's not huge, but for us, amazing.
Pretty good.
Because getting that kind of attention just drinking, I couldn't ask for more, and we appreciate it, and we may be assholes, but we do care about our fans and our listeners that are out there. I've seen some listeners from Sweden, so shout out to
Those Swedes.
the Swedes. Yeah.
Is that appropriate to call them Swedes? I don't know.
Is it appropriate to call them Vikings?
That's appropriate. Shout out to our Viking listeners.
Eastern Vikings, though. That's the Swedes, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The true Vikings are. No, I don't want to piss off our Swedish fans. Sorry. I better shut up. So, yeah. So a lot of movies came out this year. Mostly bad, honestly.
Yeah.
I didn't see that many movies this year.
So like, while earlier we said it was a good year for media and stuff like that. There's a lot of bad movies.
There was a lot of media content, but
but
there was also really good movies. We've
yeah.
reviewed some of them this year. So do you want to just get started on movies? Do a little bit of recap?
Yeah.
So some of the movies we reviewed. So Godzilla versus Kong. That was one of the earliest movies I remember this year.
Oh,
that was
yeah,
significant.
That was this year.
Yeah, it was this year. It's been a long year.
It's
been a really long year.
I'm struggling to remember past
But-
October.
Right. Yeah, same. But yeah, we have a review on that. Godzilla vs. Kong came out early this
That
year.
was
I think
good.
in March.
That was a good movie. I liked it.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's not like amazing, but it's giant monsters smashing each other, and that's exactly what you want.
Can't go wrong with giant monsters smashing each other.
And for a giant monster smashing each other movie, it did its job.
Yeah.
That was a good movie this year. There's another movie. So I'm going to try to go in chronological order, but I can't remember all this. And I don't have it listed in chronological order.
Yeah.
So next is Mortal Kombat. We did not do a review on that one. Did you see Mortal Kombat this year?
I didn't see Mortal Kombat.
You didn't really miss out on much.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I still kind of want to watch it. But
It's on HBO Max, so I mean, it won't cost you any more than that subscription to see it.
I like that a lot of movies, new movies, are on HBO Max.
It's fine, but bad. I don't know. It's as good as you think it would be, but not as fun as the 95 version.
Yeah,
Like, as bad as that one is, this one isn't as fun.
yeah, the 95, it was having fun with itself. It was being.
Now, is it better than Mortal Kombat Annihilation? Yeah, pretty much anything is. I haven't seen that movie myself, but the whole thing. But from the clips and from the green screen and from the dialogue, it looks like a really bad movie.
Yeah,
But I can't say for sure. It might actually be, ironically, a good movie. But yeah, Mortal Kombat.
that was.
It wanted. I feel that it wanted to have fun with it, but it's tried to stay more grounded and gritty.
Yeah,
It does have some, like, the opening sequence with Scorpion is actually really cool.
nice.
It's very Mortal Kombat. But then, and also, I guess slight spoiler alert for everything we're talking about, but I'm not going to talk about any major plot details on anything.
Yeah,
But the way all the characters, like Kano and Liu Kang, and basically all the characters get their powers. They don't have their origin stories. They just get their powers at the Shaolin Monk Temple. Like,
Well,
Kano gets, he doesn't have the bionic eye. That's a power he gets. And for some reason, he just gets a bionic eye out of that. Same thing for, what's his name? The guy with the Jackson Briggs, or what's his name? The guy with the metal arms?
Oh yeah, that sounded right. I don't know.
Something like that. That's a power. His arms get ripped off early, and it does have good gore, and it does have good fights. But the plot and the, like, lore, the universe, nothing like Mortal Kombat. It's just the characters, cool enough fight scenes, and also they introduced this new character, Cole, and he's the lamest character. He's like an MMA fighter, and they made this new character for the movie while they excluded Reptile, they excluded Ermac, they excluded
And they didn't get Keanu Reeves to play.
but they did
Kenshi.
include the guy with the hat. Not Raiden. Raiden's in it. He's not that. He's okay in it. The guy with the sharp hat. Kung Lao.
Kung Lao, yeah.
He's cool
I
in
wanted
it.
to say it, but I wasn't sure that was it.
But yeah,
And I
it-
felt like if I said the wrong thing, it would come out as sounding racist.
It's not offensively bad. It's not necessarily good. It's got good fight scenes. Honestly, just look up the fight scenes on YouTube. Or just play the game.
Or just play the game.
You would have a better time that way. Unless you
or-
play with me.
Mortal Kombat 11 is pretty cool, and and Mortal Kombat 10 is always on sale, and that's still a pretty good game.
Yeah.
So it's always super cheap.
Well, I have Rambo in Mortal Kombat 11.
That's fun. Yeah.
I can do Rambo versus the Terminator, Arnold and Stallone. So that's a lot of fun. Next, here's a good movie I want to talk about. Nobody.
Oh yeah, I never
Bob
saw this,
Odenkirk.
but I heard
It's
it was
kind
really
of like
good.
a John Wick type movie where, like, old retired, like, special forces guy has to go back into action because of something. Christopher Lloyd's in it. He's his dad.
Yeah.
Christopher Lloyd gets action scenes in it with a double-barreled shotgun. It's amazing. It's gory. It's funny as hell. Nobody didn't get that much attention, I think, but it was one of the best action comedies this year. It's not only like a great action film, but it's a great comedy because Bob Odenkirk's amazing.
He's great.
And Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul.
He was
is-
almost going to be Michael Scott
really
at one point in The Office.
Wow.
But it's a fun movie. It's kind of like a parody of John Wick,
Yeah.
but it's its own thing. I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but it's not like some kind of tragedy happens, but he gets involved with shit because he beats up like these Russian mobster guys that are like trying to assault this girl on a bus.
Yeah.
And he gets like beat up a lot, but that's part of the it's a great movie.
You know, honestly, I'm looking.
Since you haven't seen it, I won't talk much more about it.
I'm looking at, you know, notable movies right now that came out this year, and I have not watched most of these.
Well, here's the
I
thing.
didn't watch a lot of new movies this year.
90% of the new movies I've watched were either on Netflix or HBO Max. I only went to the theaters twice this year.
Yeah.
For Shang-Chi and Spider-Man No Way Home.
Same. Yeah.
That's the only movies I've seen in theaters. And it was very ballsy and for Warner Bros. To announce that all their movies would go on HBO Max streaming as soon as they go to theaters.
Yeah.
But I bet they definitely regret it now because they've lost a shit ton of money doing that. They thought they would get more subscribers that way, and they got them in the beginning of the year, but not really after that. And like The Matrix being on HBO Max immediately, and we'll talk about that because I know we haven't done a proper review on it. There's just not enough time.
I haven't watched it yet.
It's oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch it. You definitely gotta watch it.
I keep meaning to.
Like, I definitely recommend it if you're a fan of The Matrix and Keanu Reeves.
Well, then check. Yeah.
But it's fine. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it too much since you haven't seen it.
Yeah, there's movies that came out this year. No Time to Die came out this year.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I haven't seen it.
I'm guilty.
I didn't hear much about it. It kind of just came and went.
Well, because it was supposed to come out last year of December.
People don't really
I think.
talk about it all that much.
And but I've heard it's really good. I've heard it's the best Daniel Craig Bond.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Nice.
from everyone that's into that.
I love a good Bond movie. Dune came out this year.
Dune? Okay, we'll get to that. Let's wait on Dune.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, God, Colton. Have you seen Black Widow?
Yeah, I've seen Black Widow.
Let's talk about Black Widow for a bit. So that one was supposed to come out last year. Or no, well, yeah, 2020, as we know. Got delayed because of COVID, because Marvel, well, really, Disney didn't want to release it during COVID. But they went ahead and released it this summer, and also put it on streaming. And there's the controversy because in Scarlett Johansson's contract, it wasn't supposed to go to streaming immediately. And lawsuits.
Yeah.
Because, like, she didn't
and they're not gonna
get as much money as she wanted because of it didn't.
And they're not going to hire her again.
No, and they already got a new Black Widow, and I really like her.
She's good. Yeah.
Florence Pugh. She's a great actress, actually. She's in this movie, Midsummer. But if you like Life, I do not recommend it.
Yeah.
It's a A24 movie, and did it come out I think it came out last year. It definitely didn't come out this year. I haven't seen the whole movie, but I've seen like reviews of it.
2019.
Yeah, it came out in 2019. Okay. But it's definitely a movie, but it's highly disturbing.
It's a movie.
Yeah. But it's a good movie, kind of, from what I've seen. But
the top pick for me on Google when I look up 2020 movies is Boss Baby. Family Business.
But Black Widow, I know we did not do a review of this one.
It was good, but I felt like it was also a little bit forgettable.
It's okay.
Like it was very,
it's definitely
it was very non-offensive. It was just
slightly offensive, though. It got slightly offensive because they butchered Taskmaster.
Yeah, I guess.
Taskmaster wasn't a character in this movie.
Yeah.
Taskmaster in the comics is basically like anti-Deadpool. You know, cracking jokes.
Yeah.
He wasn't Taskmaster, I won't spoil it, wasn't a character in this movie.
Yeah.
It was lame. But Florence Pugh was good. I liked what's his name from that really bad Hellboy movie and Stranger Things. I liked him as Red Guardian. David Harbour. He was good enough. But it should have came out after Civil War, like in 2017, or it came out the wrong time. Because spoiler alert, and everyone's seen this movie, so I'm not gonna not mention it.
Yeah,
Black Widow died in Endgame, and this movie comes out after that, so there's no suspense because you know what's gonna happen eventually. And
I didn't. I mean, Black Widow was fine, but I didn't love it.
Black Widow should have had a show, maybe, perhaps that would be good.
Yeah, I mean,
in fact, I think the plot of this movie would work better as a more fleshed out, long running show, like 6 episodes or something.
Yeah, a spy drama show. Like,
that'd be cool. But honestly, it's probably the most forgettable Marvel movie I've seen.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, it's not. Thor: The Dark World exists. I forgot about that.
Hey, Thor: The Dark World has Christopher Eccleston in it.
It sure does. And he's not good in it. He's not.
Yeah, he's not.
Oh, by the way, we got to pop this bottle of champagne. I almost forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Just have it sitting here.
We're just both like...
It doesn't have the thing where it like helps you pop it on this bottle. You know, usually they have like the switch.
Yeah.
Or like the lever.
They do, yeah.
Holy shit.
It's all good.
We're good. You don't care about that carpet anyways.
Yeah.
You do care about your rug though.
You mean the $20 rug?
Oh, I mean your apartment. Carpet? Rug? Whatever.
It's
So this champagne,
sparkling wine. It doesn't stain.
Yeah, technically it's sparkling wine because, as I mentioned earlier, champagne is only champagne if it comes from Champagne, France. Champagne. But it's a La Marca Prosecco sparkling wine. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but I do like Prosecco's. But I do not know if I'm pronouncing that right.
It sounded close enough to my ears, to my ear holes.
Last New Year's, I got a very dry champagne, and it made me feel awful in the morning. This probably will too, but Prosecco is supposed to be a little bit sweeter, but not too sweet. But yeah, Black Widow. It's on Disney Plus now, so if you got free time, I would watch it for fun, but don't. I don't know.
I watched.
Also, I spent $30 on the movie because I got the premiere access. Because I'm like, no way, I'm going to see it in theaters.
Yeah, I watched on Disney Plus Cruella.
See, that's a movie I even forgot to put on my list because I didn't watch it and didn't care about it.
I didn't.
So tell me.
I didn't really care about it a whole lot either, but I watched it.
Did the movie make you care about it?
No.
See, I've heard some people really like it. They're like, it's the best Disney like villain origin story movie.
It's a decent movie.
It's like Joker, but Cruella.
It's like a decent movie. My problem.
Does she crawl into a fridge at any point?
My problem with it is that
Joker commentary, maybe
Cruella. Maybe, yeah. Cruella, the character, she's not evil in it.
When she's very much an evil character.
She's the type of character where it's like I watched the original 101 Dalmatian, and she's the character where she walks into the room and you're just uncomfortable being in her presence because she's that like spine-chillingly, like not just evil but kind of like uncomfortable to be around. And they make her like she's like a martyr,
right? Because she wanted to skin dogs,
yeah,
Dalmatians for her fur coat or whatever. And I mean, does Emma Stone do a good job with what she's given?
Oh yeah, Emma Stone's great. The movie itself isn't bad.
I mean, what kind of movie is it anyways? What is it trying to do? What is it trying to tell us? I really don't care, so you can spill the beans.
Yeah, it's just
Do you think Disney will stop doing this, or will they continue
No,
because
they're
it makes
definitely
enough money?
They're definitely going to continue because it made money.
Just enough.
Yeah, and again, it's not a bad movie. It's just they turned Cruella into like a likable character, and she's supposed to be very unlikable in the original.
Yeah. Well, and she's basically she's a serial killer, isn't she?
Good sparkling wine.
Oh, yours?
Oh no, I had some.
Oh, you had some of mine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I
Have some of
noticed.
this. By the way, we also have here this I'm not going to try to pronounce any of these words. It's a wine.
You have a wine. Congratulations.
It's the best in show 2021 USA wine ratings 2019 bottle of wine.
Oh, cool.
Have some if you want.
I can't hear you that good, Colton.
Well,
There you go. Speak into it. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy about that wine you don't know how to pronounce.
what other movie
Here, I'll
came out?
pronounce this wine. I'll pronounce it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Pronounce that shit.
Okay. It's a 2019
I took
Tinto-
Italian. I probably should be able to.
A Tintorettos. I'm sorry. Sorry to any of our Italian listeners, but that's my Italian accent.
Tintoretto.
Mamma mia, pizza pie.
Tintoretto.
I don't regret it. I will not apologize.
Good
I
job.
just did apologize.
Good job.
So yeah, Cruella sucked.
I wouldn't say it sucked. I would just say
It's
I
forgettable.
it just should have been
It shouldn't exist.
about a different person.
It just So,
Yeah.
but,
If they did that movie, but it wasn't about Cruella de Vil and just about a new character, it would have been fine.
no, but when I saw the movie was coming out, I was like, this is just like Joker, but Disney.
Yeah.
Um,
Her parents she hates Dalmatians because her parents got chased off a cliff by them.
a pack.
Yeah, like several Dalmatians.
Because when does that happen?
like early in the movie, like in the flashbacks in the beginning of the movie.
That's
Or
amazing.
something
I
like
love that. In fact, I want to see it now
Yeah, go watch
and
it.
drink. So
If you got some drinks, we recommend Cruella.
what's another movie? Willy's Wonderland.
Willy's Wonderland.
That came out early this year,
Yeah.
February.
Yeah,
and-
that was great.
We
I
have
really liked
we
it.
do have a review on that one.
Not a review, a commentary.
No, we didn't do a commentary.
Oh, we
on
did.
that
Oh,
one.
okay.
No, we only do commentary.
Was it? It was just.
It was a review.
Okay.
Yeah, we do commentaries on movies that are already available to everybody, Colton.
Right.
We're not weirdos like that.
Willy's Wonderland was
Um,
good. It's on Hulu now.
Yeah, honestly, it's an inconsequential, fun, stupid horror movie, but barely horror.
Yeah.
But
it's
Nick
just-
Cage is in it, and he does not say anything the whole time. And he gets drunk, he plays pinball, he kills animatronics. It's a fun ride.
It's a romp.
It's a romp, yeah.
It's just
Uh,
cool. It's just.
Is it a good movie? I'll leave that to you.
Yeah. That's not
Is
the
it a
point.
fun movie? Yes. Is it fun to drink to? Is it fun to pass out to? Or was that a different Nick Cage movie? I do have a clear memory of us blacking out while watching a Nick Cage movie.
Yeah. What was it?
I think it was Mandy.
It was Mandy.
I've been trying to watch that movie with you for a while, but every time we watch it, we get blackout drunk. Because it is.
Pass out in the first half hour.
And also, I think that movie came out in 2018 or something like that. But I recommend it if you're into weird shit.
Yeah. I still
just
haven't finished watching Mandy, though, because I keep
blacking out.
blacking out whenever I watch.
Yeah.
It's not my fault.
So another movie I want to mention that came out this summer. Well, actually, it's a trilogy. They all came out within weeks of each other on Netflix. And are they perfect? No, but they're a lot of fun. The Fear Street trilogy on Netflix.
Oh, yeah. My little sister is very into those.
Yeah, because
She's
it's
reading the books.
It's
right now.
R.L. Stein. It's his more like scarier shit. It's scarier than Goosebumps, but it still has the energy.
Yeah.
It's kind of got Stranger Things energy to it. But they're fun horror movies. Honestly, they might be my favorite horror movies of this year.
Nice.
And that's considering Halloween Kills, which the more I think about it, I don't like that movie.
I forgot about that.
We'll get to that. But yeah, the Fear Street trilogy, if you're just in the mood for some good horror fun, it's on Netflix. All 3 of them are already out. Duh. And they're a fun time. And out of the 3, I like the 1994 and the 1970s one the most.
Yeah.
The third one goes back in time to the Salem witch trials, basically. Well, not the Salem witch trial, but that era.
Yeah.
And it goes back to that era in the third one. And then it goes back to the 90s for the conclusion, which is fun. But that one, and I haven't seen that many people complain about it, which really trips me out. But and the third one, the 1699 or 1666 one, the accents are all over the place. These actors either don't know how to do accents or they were given bad directions on what accents to do. Because there's this one actress that's supposed to be like Irish, but she switches from Irish to American to British to modern teenage American. And I don't know if it's like the movie just like, oh, this is how she sees it in her memory or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, besides that, it's a fun time. There's good gore. It's got some classic slasher tropes. And
If you want a cool movie that I saw not recently, that old movie, 2002, that has good accents in it. It's K-19, The Widowmaker. It's
I
about
assume this doesn't have good accents in it.
it's about a Russian submarine in the Cold War, starring Harrison Ford and
I think I've seen this. I've seen
and
this.
Liam Neeson.
And there's like no attempt.
Well,
Or
Liam
there
Neeson
is.
attempts just very badly.
Harrison
Ford does not even attempt.
Harrison Ford doesn't care about any movie he's been in since Indiana Jones, probably. He wanted Han Solo to die way back in Return of the Jedi. That's how
Yeah.
much he cared about that.
Yep.
And I feel like Oscar Isaac is going to be the new Harrison Ford for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Either him or Adam Driver.
The he just desperately wants out, but
Yeah.
they won't let him. He's like, I have better movies to make now.
So what else
does have
before
better movies to make
Shang-Chi?
A couple movies that came out that I wanted to see but didn't. One which I've heard was really good is The Green Knight.
Oh, The Green Knight. Yeah, I definitely
heard
wanted to
was
see that.
really good.
I can't talk about it because I haven't seen it. I
And-
definitely plan on seeing it soon.
And I also wanted to
January.
see, but then I'm kind of glad I didn't pay to go to the theaters to see it. I wanted to see the Last Duel.
Yeah, I was interested in that, but I got turned off because Ridley Scott, as a famous director, Alien, Blade Runner,
Yeah.
all those big movies.
I'm a big fan of Ridley Scott. Yeah.
He's an old man that doesn't understand the times.
He was-
okay,
Because he just did not
blamed-
understand why it didn't do
Also,
well.
the House of Gucci came out this year,
Oh,
and I heard
yeah.
it's actually good. But Jared Leto has a horrible Italian accent, not too far off.
I did hear
In
that,
fact, we rarely do this kind of thing, but keep it going. So
Yeah.
the Last Duel,
Last Duel, yeah. It
Ben
looked-
Affleck, Matt
looks
Damon.
cool.
It's like medieval knights, and like there's a rape scene in it, and I heard
Yeah,
they show it multiple times from different perspectives, and I heard that's off-putting.
yeah.
And also, Ridley Scott's comments, he blamed like its box office results on apathetic millennials. He said millennials, by
Yeah,
the way.
he-
Quote.
he just got
and
very upset.
he got
that
really
young people don't
butthurt.
want to watch his
He's
movie.
like, oh, people care about superhero movies. And he made fun of superhero movies.
It's
and
also apparently extremely historically inaccurate.
yeah, I've also heard about
Like,
that.
in some very
But,
cringeworthy ways.
It's
It's one of those
Martin
movies.
Scorsese. So Ridley Scott and Martin Scorsese, both amazing directors, have put out amazing films in their time, but
Yeah.
they're also old men that don't understand
They
and
don't
won't
get
change
it.
with the times. And I know Irishman didn't come out this year, and it was good. It was good.
that
It was
was
long
good.
though,
Yeah.
and honestly, I haven't seen it again since I've seen it.
One
Um,
of those movies.
But
yeah.
they're both old men that have openly attacked superhero movies for not being cinema, for being
Yeah.
popcorn flicks, and
Well-
for the most part, I agree. And I'm a huge superhero movie fan. You know that.
yeah.
Superhero movies are blockbuster popcorn flicks
Oh yeah.
at the base level. But
there is sometimes a difference between.
assuming they cannot be cinema.
There's a difference between enjoying a film as art and enjoying it just because the happy cells in your brain are going yay.
But
but
often
at
that
the-
crosses over though.
But the thing
You know,
is,
like-
so take Ridley Scott, Blade Runner, is one of my favorite movies.
Oh yeah.
I
I don't know which cut to watch though, or like which one's the definitive one.
you watch whichever one happens to be available at the time because
I've seen the final cut, and I've also seen the one with the unicorn on it. Whichever one that is.
the one where he folds up the little unicorn at the end.
Yeah.
That's
Is that the final cut?
That's a pretty important bit of information that they reference in the sequel.
The sequel honestly might be better though.
The sequel, though, yeah, that's what I was saying. Is the
that came out in
the
2017,
sequel didn't do super well box office,
but it was honestly
and
really
a lot
good
of
movie.
people don't like it, but I think it's a work of art, and I think it's amazing.
And see, I've only seen Blade Runner like maybe 2 or 3 times before I saw 2049, but I didn't really need to see the first one.
Yeah, that explains
It
a lot.
totally worked
there's a
by
lot-
itself.
It works by itself, but there's a lot of references. And
Oh,
seeing
yeah,
the
yeah.
first one helps.
Yeah, but
but
these old men.
But what I was saying though is like that's an example of it's a work of art and I love it. But at the end of the day, I don't know why I'm turning my laptop towards you. At the end of the day, the thing that actually matters the most is just the happy cells in my brain going gay.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
So Kevin Feige. So originally, and
I
also
haven't watched-
another movie.
I haven't watched The Revenant since it came out. That was a really good movie.
Oh yeah, but is it
it's-
fun to watch?
It's not fun.
Seeing Leonardo
It's just a very impressive work of art.
I don't want to watch Leonardo DiCaprio get torn to shreds by a bear all the time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It is a good movie.
It's a good movie, but it's not fun. Why have I
yeah.
watched Django Unchained probably 10 times?
Because it's fun.
Because it's fun. Why have I only seen 12 Years a Slave twice?
Because it's not fun.
Because it's not fun.
Yeah, it's historically accurate for the most part.
It's a very good movie,
and it's a well-made movie, but
it's not fun.
It's horrible and depressing.
Yeah.
But so what's funny, another movie that came out this year, which I did not see, I didn't even want to see, I didn't even attempt to see it, I didn't even think about seeing it. Eternals. That's the first MCU movie I have not
It's
seen.
going to be on Disney Plus next month.
I'll watch it at that
Yeah.
point.
I was interested, but
I was interested at first, but that was before the trailers, honestly.
Yeah.
And then I did do a bad thing. I listened to a review by the Weekly Planet on the Eternals, and
yeah.
I usually trust their judgment on superhero movies, and they just said it was boring and bad.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to waste my money or go risk getting Omicron for it.
I'm going to watch it, but
No, I'll watch it on Disney
I'll
Plus.
watch it when it's out on Disney Plus.
Yeah. But what's really funny though, Marvel and Kevin Feige thought that was going to be like their potential like first MCU Oscar nominee.
That's
Ended up getting like 54% on Rotten Tomatoes. The
Guys.
lowest rated MCU. Has a lower rating than Thor: The Dark World.
wow.
Which
It's
I
impressive.
haven't seen it, so I can't say for sure. Maybe I'll watch it, and if I think it's actually ironically amazing, we'll do a review on it. But if I think it sucks, I'm not going to waste my time doing an episode on it.
When that was out in theaters,
But it just looks, from what I've heard, like the lore building stuff with the Celestials is cool,
yeah.
but it's boring.
What
Like,
when that was out in theaters, I did go to the theater and I chose to instead go watch Ghostbusters.
Way better option. And we'll get to that. I almost
Yeah.
forgot about that. I just saw that not too long ago.
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yeah. But Eternals, if you guys been listening the whole time or for a while, you know I'm a big Marvel fan. I'll do anything Marvel. But Eternals, I completely skipped out. I did not care about any of those characters. I knew about the lore anyways.
It just
about the celestial stuff. And
it just seemed like it would be
it had a
nothing
great
movie.
cast, like Angelina Jolie, two guys from Game of Thrones. You have Kit Harington and
The other
one. And Kit Harington was Black Knight, Dane Whitman, which I'm
Yeah.
excited to see what they do with him in the future.
Uh-huh.
I heard there's a Blade cameo at the end, but he doesn't show up. He just talks.
Mhm.
And Star Fox with the guy from that boy band, the British boy band.
One Direction?
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
Harry Styles is Star Fox.
Harry Styles.
And
Oh.
not Star Fox, the video game character. He's
Lame.
Eros, or what's his name? He's Thanos' brother.
Oh, yeah.
And he in the comics has like a power to like seduce people, and he has like the basic like flying, super strength, all that.
Yeah.
But he's in it. But everything I've heard from the movie just sounds so boring, and I'm like, I don't want to risk.
It just seemed like a nothing movie.
Yeah.
And I
and-
just didn't care.
And from what I've heard, like most of it takes place in a field
Really?
on Earth. Like I thought it was going to be like this big cosmic thing, and I heard there's only like one like cosmic scene, and even that is kind of boring.
Yeah.
So I didn't waste my time. There's a lot of movies you'll find out that we did not waste our time with.
Even Kumail Nanjiani was not able to make it exciting.
There's multiple factors at play. I know. I
This
did
is
want to
a
see that.
It's a shame because I really
And
like
one
Kumail
of the actors
Nanjiani.
from Train to Busan is
Yeah.
in it. He's a Korean actor. This is like his first Western film, and
Yeah.
I heard he's actually a standout. But it just
Yeah.
you know what's a really fun indicator of how well the Eternals did. And you can look up the box office results if you want. I heard it
Sure.
did horrible, but
I saw something about it. It's like it didn't make
it didn't even make its money back. Like. But I think it made like 25 million. Oh, 75, but it had like a
75 million.
over $100 million budget. So
Yeah. In general,
it did not. But you know what's funny? That was like the Oscar contender, they thought. But it ended up sucking. Now, Spider-Man No Way Home, which we've done a review on it
All
last
right,
episode.
so as of right now, it's made 401.
No, but like its opening weekend.
opening weekend. So as of right now, it's made $401.3 million.
Yeah, and it's been out.
on a
like-
budget of $200 million.
So it's and
now,
if you
be-
account for
because-
marketing,
Yeah, because of all the stuff with marketing and
that probably doubled its budget.
so with all
Honestly,
with all the stuff with marketing and things like that in
so really, it still hasn't made its money back.
in Hollywood, if you're not, it's in. I mean, they don't share this information with the public really.
You gotta
But-
honestly, you gotta make
but,
like 3 times as much as the movie costs.
It's considered that if you don't double your budget,
yeah,
it's a flop.
yeah.
Yeah, if you don't, so it is barely.
you know what's-
not a flop. Because
But if you consider
it-
marketing,
that is taking marketing and all that sort of stuff.
yeah.
It's barely not a flop. Basically, 401.3 million on a budget of 200 million. It didn't make money.
yeah,
It earned back its money.
yeah. It made its money back.
Yeah, but
broke even.
It broke.
Yeah.
That's considered breaking even.
But yeah, it's funny because they thought that was gonna be their Oscar contender because I think the director, she did win an Oscar for the movie previously. I forget the director.
Yeah.
But now Kevin Feige's pushing Spider-Man No Way Home for the Oscars, which
it's not the type of movie that will typically win Oscars, but
I
much,
think it-
much
well,
better movie though.
honestly I think it's unfair though because I feel like a lot of Oscar movies are movies that people don't even see.
Yeah,
But
the Academy.
I don't know. There's a
little bit.
I think it should definitely go in for like special effects or what, you know. But
Chloe Zhao is the.
I'm never gonna worry about a superhero
Director.
movie winning an Oscar, like Best Picture or something. Like I don't care about that, and even it's just there's the stigma.
big
and
blockbuster films like that don't often
even if
win.
it's genuinely like a perfect movie, there's just discrimination against it because it's a blockbuster. But as far as I know, Spider-Man: No Way Home is
superhero films do win Oscars with like sound design.
no, but I mean
and
like for
special
like
effects
Best
stuff.
Picture.
Yeah.
Or like honestly though, Willem Dafoe, he should get like a supporting actor nominee.
He was so good.
at least supporting actor nominee. Come on, or Andrew Garfield. Oh shit!
Spoilers.
Spoilers. I already warned you. You should listen to our last episode. You should have listened to it. It's your fault. If Colton feels like that, he can bleep it out if he wants, but I don't think he will. I don't think he will, guys. But if he did, good for you. But anyways, enough with the Eternals.
I'm just looking up
a movie that we haven't seen.
Superhero movies that have.
A movie we got to talk about. Zack Snyder's Justice League. That's not that, but it reminded me of it.
Yeah, this is just movies, superhero movies that have won Oscars.
Suicide Squad, which is a horrible
for
movie.
Makeup and hairstyling.
Which is a
Big Hero 6 won Best Animated Feature.
I think Suicide Squad beat out. There was a really good movie it beat out for makeup.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember which one, but Suicide Squad, horrible movie.
Spider-Man 2 won Achievement in Visual Effects.
Yeah, they still hold up.
Batman 1989 won Achievement in Art Direction.
Oh yeah.
Black Panther won for music.
Incredibles, that has to be like
won.
Best Animated Picture. Yeah,
Best Animated Picture, Into the Spider-Verse.
Best Animated Picture.
Best Supporting Actor, Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight.
I'm surprised that movie didn't win Best Picture. It sure fucking could have.
I mean, I think it could have, but again,
2008. I can't really think of that many other good movies.
Superhero movies have that stigma.
They
don't get
like even if
nominated
it's
for Best
genuine,
Picture.
like, and listen to our review, but like, I'll have to watch it again maybe. But like, Spider-Man: No Way Home is just a legitimately good movie.
I loved it.
Like, it's not just a popcorn
It's
flip.
really
I don't
good.
think. But anyways, let's keep going. So and we'll be done with movies pretty soon because there's not too many more I want to talk about that I haven't seen. Another one I want to mention is Red Notice on Netflix. Ryan Reynolds, The Rock, Dwayne The Rock,
yeah, I forgot about that.
and Gal Gadot. It's a fun movie. It gets really stupid,
That's
but
okay.
it's a lot of fun. And I want to see more of Ryan Reynolds and The Rock together. And honestly,
that sounds fun.
The Rock has more character in this movie.
I think The Rock is a good actor.
He definitely is a good actor that just happens to be in a lot of bad movies.
He does some bad movies.
He's kind of going the Nick Cage route, I think.
You
know what I mean?
I respect that, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's money.
Did you see that Nick Cage is doing a movie where he plays himself?
No.
Oh, my
But
God.
There's
Okay.
this Nick Cage movie
Keep
called...
talking and I'll find it.
There's this Nick Cage... I think it came out this year. Yeah, it did. Obviously, it's out. There's this Nick Cage movie that has my interest called Pig, where this criminal
I've
organization...
heard about that, yeah.
Somebody steals his pig. And he goes on a killing spree about it.
So
or
John
something.
Wick, but Nick Cage.
But a pig. And yeah,
Oh,
Nick Cage.
God.
And I want to see it. I'll watch any Nick Cage movie. Any. Okay. And Nick Cage is one of those actors. He's in a lot of shit.
Okay. This The Incredible Weight of Massive Talent is what it's called.
And he plays himself.
And the plot is he owes a lot of money.
When does that come out?
April
Oh, okay.
2022. The plot is, the premise is that he owes a lot of money, and there's a very, very rich Italian something like man, played by Pedro Pascal, who is Nick Cage's biggest fan. So he says he will pay Nick Cage to come to his island or whatever, his to come and basically be at his birthday party. And it's just they go on an adventure. Or
So it's
something.
that?
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal and Nick Cage?
Yeah.
In a movie?
And Nick Cage is playing himself.
I want it.
I want to see this movie. It looks amazing.
So yeah, Red Notice, it's a fun romp. It's on Netflix. Is it amazing? No, but it's fun. It's a good action comedy, but it gets really confusing and dumb at the end. And that's my review on it. And yeah, Gal Gadot's hot. That's my review. Here's a wild movie that I saw. I doubt you saw it, but me and my girlfriend did. Malignant.
I've heard of it. I
Came out October
this.
this year.
Yeah.
And it came out on HBO Max. I didn't have to spend extra money to see it. And at the time, I thought it was ludicrous and dumb. But in retrospect, it's a really fun classic like slasher horror movie that gets really wacky in the end. And it's James Wan, and it seems like it's going to be a stereotypical like James Wan, like Insidious or Conjuring movie at first. But it isn't. It's far from that. And some people love it. Some people hate it because of the reveal. And I will not mention a thing about it. But in retrospect, it's a fun ride. I would watch it again for scary movie night or something. Good gore. I don't know if it's trying to be funny a lot of the time, but it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But I don't think it means to be. But either way, because of that, it's a fun time. I would recommend it if you're a horror guy. I recommend it.
Yeah.
Is it a good movie? That's a different question. But it's a fun time. And it does have good art direction and stuff, good cinematography, but it feels cheap. Like, it feels like an old Italian 70s horror movie.
That's fun, though.
But that actually, that contributes to it. Like, in the reveal, though, it's the dumbest shit, and I love it. I love it. I actually love it. When I when I watched it, I'm not gonna lie, I got a little drunk, and it's fun. It's fun to watch drunk, so I give it points for that.
Nice.
Would it be fun to watch sober? I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, I mean...
Another horror movie, though.
Yeah.
What did you want to say?
Well, I was going to say, well, do this movie first.
So, we did a review on it. There's probably another... Well, we'll get to the series just here in a second. Where are we? Okay. So, Halloween Kills, we did a review on it. I was excited for it. It was supposed to come out last year. Listen to our review. It's... I mean, the more I think about it, I don't like it as much because of a particular plot element involving the mob mentality.
I didn't
and,
like that
the
part,
hospital scene.
Yeah, there's just a couple scenes in it that are just legitimately uncomfortable.
The Michael Myers stuff...
Oh, that was great.
I mean, it's aptly named Halloween Kills. There's a lot of kills in it. They're good.
He kills a bunch of people.
And that stuff is fun. Like, if you consider the rest of that series, it's still one of the best ones. Because most of that series is bad.
Yeah.
Now, the original John Carpenter Halloween, 78, it's actually one of my favorite movies of all time. One of my favorite indie movies of all time, definitely.
Yeah.
But... we talked about it, and we did a ranking in our review for Spooktober on our Halloween Kills episode. But I would put it right around Halloween 2.
Yeah.
Maybe a little under that.
It's good.
Honestly.
It's good. It just has a scene or two that are legitimately uncomfortable to watch.
And honestly, it felt like...
sometimes one uncomfortable scene is enough to...
Basically, it felt like it could have just been 2 movies that they made for this new era, but they wanted to do a trilogy, so they just put this out. Oh, let's have them kill a lot of people, and that'll be fun.
Yeah.
But do we know where the story's going, or is the story good?
Yeah.
No. But maybe Halloween Ends, the third one. Maybe that one will bring it back, because the Halloween 2018, that surprised me. Because that actually ended up being a pretty good movie. Yeah. Like, legitimately.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was good. But no, yeah.
And we did a commentary on that,
I think,
too.
again, my biggest problem with it is that there's sometimes a really uncomfortable scene can kind of throw you off for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, and the movie doesn't really know where it is tonally.
There's been other movies where that's happened with me, like a few years back, the movie Red Sparrow with Jennifer Lawrence. That movie has a really uncomfortable scene, a couple really uncomfortable scenes in it.
I remember seeing that.
And I was in the theaters, and it just made me very uncomfortable, and it kind of put me in a bad mood.
Yeah.
And I could not... I don't remember much of the rest of the movie, whether it was good or not, but I couldn't enjoy it because those couple scenes just...
Yeah,
I didn't... Yeah.
If I was going to compare Halloween Kills and Malignant, Malignant is more stupid, I don't care, horror movie fun. Halloween Kills is like, a lot more people care about this because this is an established franchise. So that does hurt it because it does things that the franchise has never done and that are objectively really dumb characters in this movie.
Yeah.
But it stays true to Michael Myers. So I can't hate it.
Yeah, there's parts of it that were really good.
It's a good Michael Myers movie, but everything else, I'll pass. But just because they stay true to Michael Myers, I enjoy it. But honestly, I would still recommend Fear Street more as my favorite horror movie of 2021.
Nice, yeah.
Just because it's fun, and it doesn't do anything too offensive or dumb. Well, the whole thing's kind of dumb, and it's supposed to be,
Yeah.
It sticks to what it is. Another movie, The Suicide Squad. Did you see that?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
But I've heard it's good.
It's a lot of fun.
They're doing a spin-off with John Cena on HBO.
Yeah, Peacemaker. Yeah.
Which I saw the trailer. It looks fun.
His character's great in the movie. It's a lot of fun. It's on HBO Max. It's way better than the first Suicide Squad. Is it still a great movie, though? It's fine. I think it tries a little too hard to push the envelope on how offensive it can be.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And I know we're offensive here, but I don't like a movie automatically just because it's offensive or raunchy or R-rated.
Yeah.
It's still got to be a good movie. And I don't know. I feel like it pushes a little too hard to be kind of like Deadpool, but sometimes it even goes further than that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's still a fun time.
I've heard it's pretty fun though.
If you're into that if you love James Gunn movies, you're going to absolutely adore it cuz it has a lot of super vibes. It's like X-rated Guardians of the Galaxy vibes. Well, not quite X-rated, I guess, but
no, I want to talk about
the lineup is cool. Idris Elba, he's Deadshot, or not Deadshot. He's a Blood Kill.
Yeah, Will Smith was Deadshot.
Yeah. I forget his name, but he's cool in it. Polka Dot Man, I love Polka Dot Man.
Polka Dot Man.
He's the actor that was he was the Baba Yaga guy in Ant-Man.
Oh yeah.
He was also the schizophrenic guy in The Dark Knight. That's all I know him from.
That was him too.
Yeah.
Oh.
The guy that
the guy that Harvey Dent tortures,
interrogates, and Batman's like, you got the wrong guy.
Yeah, now that you're saying it, I'm like, oh, I see it, but I didn't realize it's the same guy.
Schizophrenia. He's the wrong guy.
No, there are a lot of good movies this year.
And he almost two-faces him.
A lot of good movies this year, but I think this year was even better for TV.
TV was amazing, and it's mostly one.
Well, I got there's a couple other.
No, there's some other ones.
But
it's mostly
Marvel.
A particular, wait. There's I think. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh yeah, Shang-Chi. Great, I loved it. It's a really unique, fun Marvel movie. It doesn't contribute much to the universe. It's just a fun solo movie.
I've watched it twice since
it falls off near the third act.
I've watched it twice since it's been on Disney Plus.
Oh, nice.
Well, once
I've still only seen it once.
Once by myself, and then when I was visiting my parents, my mom wanted to watch it. She had not seen it.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it still every time.
Yeah, and Simu Liu's good.
It's just good.
It's his first major role. He's in a bunch of stock photos.
Really?
Yeah, that was one of his early gigs.
That's awesome.
But no, it's a fun ride. It's unique.
Yeah.
it's a more beautiful, artistic Marvel movie until it gets to the third act. Then it's
Turns into a CGI fight.
yeah, and it's
But-
not all that good.
Well, I think as far as
But
CGI
it's still
fight,
fun.
as far as CGI fights go,
Well, you get the dragon,
yeah, it holds the momentum. It's still fun to look at.
but like the first couple acts,
Yeah.
like that bus fight, amazing, or the tram fight,
There's some cool cinematography.
the
in
fight
it.
on the scaffolding or whatever.
That's a cool scene.
I love
Yeah,
that.
I like that scene.
And yeah, the martial arts is awesome. It does fall off a bit in the third act, but it's still a fun romp, and it's
And Ben Kingsley.
just a fun
back,
movie
that was
to
fun.
just enjoy. Like
Yeah.
it,
And
honestly, before Spider-Man came out, it was gonna be my favorite Marvel movie of this year.
yeah, same.
Like it's definitely way more fun than Black Widow.
and of course
more
this
fun
year
than
Spider-Man
Eternals.
came out, but
there's-
go watch our episode on it.
Yeah, exactly. We did a whole episode on it.
So we don't need to talk about that too much.
The last movie that came out this year that is significant. I know The King's Man came out. I haven't seen it.
I've heard it's meh.
Yeah, I heard it's meh.
I want to see it, but I'm gonna wait till it's
Oh
out.
fuck,
I can
we
watch
almost
it.
forgot. I know you mentioned it earlier. Dune. Have you
Oh
seen
yeah,
it?
I've not seen it. No.
As someone that's never read the book or really knew anything about it
Or
before,
watch the original movie with Sting.
yeah, and I heard it's bad. But Oscar Isaac's amazing in it. Timothy Chalamet, who's like
I've heard it's a pretty cool movie.
he's good. Jason Momoa, he's a lot of fun, and he's very just Jason Momoa in it though. He's just like, hey boy, like let's go, like I don't know, and he doesn't have a beard in it, so that's a thing.
It's
There's
to make
worms.
Oscar Isaac look hotter.
Yeah. There's worms
Because
in it.
you can't put Oscar Isaac, no matter how good looking he is, next to Jason Momoa, and then try to pretend like Oscar Isaac's the good looking one.
Right.
So they
Which
have
he
to,
is a good looking.
he is a good looking one, but compared to Jason Momoa, so they have to shave Jason's beard.
Yeah. And he just looks like a dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it's a really well made movie, but it's also, at least in my opinion, boring for a long time.
I've just always thought.
It does a great job building a universe and like explaining it to new viewers.
Yeah, I mean, so
but-
I've not seen this. I've not read the books. I've seen the original movie, and I've looked into like the universe of Dune and stuff.
Which a lot of Star Wars takes ideas from George Lucas,
Yeah,
like the spice and like the sand planet,
and
like,
the thing is that Dune is,
the Empire, all that.
from what I understand about like even the books, it is slow, and you have to really think the world is cool to be into it.
Yeah, and
Like you have to be really you have to think that
I forget the name of the
that-
planet, but it's mostly a sand planet, and it gets
Yeah.
boring after a while. But it does have amazing cinematography, great storytelling, actually,
Mhm.
and the action that is there is cool. And also Josh Brolin. I mean, it's got a great cast,
Yeah.
stellar cast, and they all do well. And Zendaya's in it, but like for like 2 seconds, she only has like 2 lines in the movie. Timothy Chalamet has like
yeah,
visions.
but is the
But-
cast as good as Patrick Stewart and Sting?
I mean, maybe not not quite as good as that. I don't think it could get
Patrick
better.
Stewart
But,
and Sting are both in the original Dune movie. from
But it's
84.
no, I definitely recommend it if you haven't seen it. But don't expect Star Wars.
Yeah.
Don't. And well, I mean, don't even expect Lord of the Rings, but sci-fi. It's its own thing, guys.
Dune.
like,
Dune is
it's-
Dune. Dune exists by itself.
Yeah, there's
Like-
worms and tribes and politics. A lot of politics. It kind of reminds me of the Star Wars prequels.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can't like as a movie. Like the cinematography is amazing, but it is slow. But it does get me excited for the part 2 because this is
Yeah.
Dune Part 1, and they are making
Yeah.
another one because they made enough money back, and it got good reception. Critical reception. But if you're some kind of a normie, no, just kidding. But if you're expecting like a fun sci-fi romp, this isn't your movie.
Yeah.
But if you want something that makes you think and like makes you think about worms and politics, space politics,
Yeah.
and if you want to see Oscar Isaac with a really cool beard, I would watch it, definitely.
Nice.
And if you like Timothée Chalamet or the off-brand version, Finn Wolfhard, I definitely recommend. No, it's a good movie, but it's not for everybody. But I enjoyed it. My girlfriend thought it was boring. She fell asleep in it. She fell asleep,
Yeah.
and I almost fell asleep in it. But
Yeah, I've just always understood Dune is one of those.
it's just a weird universe.
It's one of those things
you just
where
gotta.
It's not enough for the movie to be cool and stuff like that. You have to actually think Dune is cool. To
Yeah,
really
and
like it.
I do think it's cool, but only because I kind of have an idea of what's going to happen next, and that's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's good like fight choreography in it. Jason Momoa has a cool action scene. They have force fields on their bodies, and like lasers won't penetrate it, but they have to stab each other, but slowly.
Yeah, because
like-
the force fields work in a way where they.
Because it has to allow them breathe and everything.
Yeah, the force fields work in a way where
certain
it
things.
stops high velocity stuff.
Yeah,
So, like, when they stab each other, they do it really slowly.
yeah, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But no, I recommend it. I mean, give it a shot. It's a movie. No, I like it. It's a
Yeah.
good piece of
It's a
cinema, but
movie.
it's not for everybody though.
Yeah.
If you're into Star Trek, yeah, you'll like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that kind of thing.
Anyway, we should.
And there's worms. There's big worms in it.
Yeah, I'm surprised Kevin Bacon's not
Big
in it.
worms, big boys in it. Yeah.
But there's a lot of good TV shows. It feels like forever ago.
Wait, Colton, wait, dude.
We're running out of time.
We're
Jackson.
never running out of time. This episode's going to go on for 3 hours. No, I hope not.
I have to
But-
get up at 7:30 in the morning. This episode will not go for 3 hours.
Well, there's one more movie I got to talk about, and it just came out, The Matrix Resurrections.
No spoilers right now. I have not seen it.
Okay, no spoilers.
But what do you think?
It's fine.
Yeah.
It
Cool
retreads a lot of old ground.
Cool action scenes.
It does have cool action scenes, but nothing that other Matrix movies
Does
haven't
Keanu
done.
Reeves at any point go, whoa?
He does go well.
Oh my
He
god!
does. But yeah, it's got good action scenes, but nothing that the other Matrix movies haven't done better.
okay.
I'm
I'm one of those people that I like all three Matrix movies.
No, I do too. Even as
um,
dumb as they get.
As dumb as they get, I like all of them.
And and
I'm one of those
Carrie
people.
Ann Moss is back.
Yeah,
which is
I'm one of
cool.
those people where last time I watched
Trinity.
last time I sat down to watch The Matrix, I had to watch the entire trilogy because I finished The Matrix and then just had to be like,
Yeah.
well, now I got to watch part two.
that highway scene in Revolutions.
That was a cool.
Or
scene.
no, not
Second.
Reloaded.
Yeah,
That's the best action
that's
scene.
a pretty cool. That's a pretty
Yeah.
cool scene. Yeah.
And those weird ghost guys, the white guy dreadlock guys.
Those guys are weird, but I like
Yeah.
them. It's the right amount of weird.
But without spoiling anything, it definitely feels like Force Awakens-y, where it's like the same movie. The same movie.
That's what a lot of people were worried about.
But
yeah.
it doesn't make the first movie meaningless. Like the first
Oh, that's
movie
good.
did change the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but it retreads a lot of old ground. It does introduce new concepts. Some are hit or miss. Some are good. Neil Patrick Harris is in it.
Really?
Yeah, he's Keanu Reeves' therapist.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, he's a fun character.
I like
in it.
Neil Patrick Harris.
And Carrie Ann Moss is
Last
awesome. I
thing
love her. I love Trinity. I mean, every time I see
Yeah.
Trinity, I'm like, that's awesome. Like,
last thing I
Trinity.
watched with Neil Patrick Harris was Harold and Kumar.
Oh, nice. But it's what's really crazy. So, Spider-Man: No Way Home's opening weekend was not only a really good opening weekend for COVID or post-pandemic, It's the second highest opening weekend of all time. Made
Yeah.
like $260 million.
Yeah, just behind Endgame.
As far as I know, The Matrix Resurrections made $13 million its opening weekend. That's nothing.
Yeah, that's
And part of that is because it went to HBO Max immediately, and I know Warner Bros. Is regretting the shit out of that.
yeah. Nobody.
Um,
If you can just
But at the
watch it
same
on
time, I'm so
HBO,
glad they
why-
did that, though, because it helps.
Yeah.
Because Spider-Man No Way
Well,
Home
I mean,
is,
when
it was
comes
probably a super spreader event.
with the whole with the
You know,
going to theaters and stuff, like the House of Gucci you mentioned earlier. I saw the trailer for it when I went to go see it.
Lady Gaga's in it.
I think I saw the first trailer for it that I saw was when I was in theaters watching Shang-Chi.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I immediately decided I didn't want to watch it.
Yeah.
Immediately. Because in the trailer,
Just
it
looks
had...
contrived.
Well, no, because in the trailer, it had the actors and the director and all that stuff saying to the camera, it's the type of movie you want to watch in theaters. And that immediately made
Like,
me
no.
go, this is pretentious as fuck.
Yeah.
And I don't want to watch
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It just immediately made up my
I
mind.
remember that, yeah.
Of I don't want to watch this. It looks stupid. It tells me. I mean, I've heard, like you said, I've heard it's like an actually decent movie.
No, but Ridley Scott being like so butthurt about his movies
Yeah.
not doing good. It's like
But when the
people don't want to risk getting COVID to see a movie about a depressing movie about the Knights,
yeah,
which isn't even historically accurate,
yeah,
or a really pretentious movie about Gucci.
yeah,
about that family.
and it's like when
Like-
when I'm watching a movie and I see, or when I'm watching a trailer and I see the director and the actors saying, or I see the director saying, it's a movie that you need to watch in theaters to appreciate. That makes me go, so it's not a good movie then.
Yeah, because if it doesn't hold up,
If it doesn't hold up outside of theaters, it's not a good movie. So you're just telling me that it's only good if you get the cinema experience, which means it's not a
Yeah.
good movie. Like, and it just convinced me immediately not to watch it. I've heard though it's actually like pretty decent.
no. But I heard Jared Leto's accent is literally like the "It's a me." Like-
Yeah. I did watch the Caravan of Garbage episode of it earlier
Oh,
today.
did you? Oh, I didn't even know they did one on that.
No, they didn't do one on it. They did one on box
Like-
office
Oh yeah,
flops of 2021.
yeah. I think it only made like,
And they had one of them, Mason, I think, was going, "Oh, it's a me," and the other guy goes, "Stop just playing clips of House of Gucci and just do your Italian accent already."
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so to some series. So I think I agree with you that this year was even better. And yeah,
It feels like forever that WandaVision came out.
if you didn't see the last
Feels
episode,
like forever ago.
Spider-Man No Way Home is amazing. Watch that episode. I mean, listen to that episode. Best movie of the year, definitely. Okay, anyways, let's get to the series.
Yeah.
So, Squid Game.
I haven't watched that yet.
Oh, man, Colton, you got to see it. It lives up to the hype. It actually lives up to the hype.
I've heard it's
And
good. Yeah,
I'm
I've heard
not,
it's
like,
good.
adverse to watching foreign movies or shows. Like, I've seen
I've heard it
other
has
things.
some weird translation problems, but
The
that's-
translation problems, yeah.
but that's minimal. That's
I watched
not a big problem.
I did watch the dub version because my girlfriend doesn't want to wear her glasses the whole time while watching a movie.
Understandable.
It's a good dub though. It's a good English dub.
Yeah, I've just heard
Um,
there's just some translation problems.
Yeah,
that are
but
you won't notice it unless like
it's a really good
you're
show.
really paying.
Does
like,
it have a
you're
lot of
paying-
rewatchability? I don't know about that, but if for the first time viewing, it's one of my favorite shows. Like
Nice.
the whole concept of like playing these like dumb childhood games, but then you get killed if you don't play it right or if you
Yeah.
lose.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's a lot of fun.
It's a cool
And,
idea.
The acting in it is great. I forget his name, but like the main actor in it is great. I could see
Yeah.
him like coming up in Western stuff now, and it's really funny because like a reporter was like, "So how does it feel to be like famous now?" He's like, and because he's always been famous in Korea.
Yeah,
And it's like, oh, now because you're famous in America, now it means something. It's like, shut
That's
up.
pretty funny.
You're so white.
I
I
mean-
but I can't spoil anything, but the cinematography's great, dialogue's great, and yeah, like I said, I'm not adverse to foreign, media, but I don't watch a ton of it because the translation, the having to read subtitles, or like
I admittedly don't want to watch a lot of foreign movies.
Lips not syncing with the dubs, but like I saw it was all the hype. It was #1 show on Netflix. I was like, gotta give it a try, and got into the first episode. I was like, holy shit!
See, I just have a problem
this
of
is cinema, man.
I don't start new TV shows.
I rarely don't. But this one,
Yeah.
well, actually, to her credit, my girlfriend was the first one to watch it, and I walked in after doing a final, or not a final, doing a midterm, I think. I don't know, it all blurs together. And she was watching it, and I was like, oh, what's this? And she was like, Squid Game, and I was like, oh, what's it about? And like, I sat there, and like, I was like, hesitant at first, but then like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
yeah,
out of the big shows,
it had a lot of hype.
like I just my problem is I have a problem starting new TV shows. I recently finished Hawkeye because the
Like,
last episode
just
came
now.
out.
Yeah.
But I watched it all in one day
Yeah, that's a good one for that.
because I didn't. I just kept putting off starting it.
Yeah.
Before we get into the meat and potatoes of that,
Also, there's another movie I want to mention just real quick,
Yeah.
super quick.
Yeah.
Well, actually, two. One's a good one. It's a documentary. Beatles Get Back.
I haven't watched that, but my parents keep
Really
making me watch
good.
it.
It's in 4K, so it's
yeah.
like being right there with them, and it shows you like what really happened, like with the recording sessions of like Let It Be and Abbey Road, and that they, for the most part, they did get along, and it's just a really,
My
a really
mom-
cool look. It's
My
like time
mom's been
travel.
trying to get me to watch it, and I intend on watching it.
It's good.
But she was sitting there with me. She's going, "It's so cool because there's a scene where you can just watch them writing songs,
Yeah.
and seeing the process is just so cool." And I'm just sitting there like, I've seen people writing songs many, many times,
But you haven't seen Paul McCartney write
Yeah.
songs. And there's a part in and it's from a documentary they made way back then. And
yeah,
when they
And,
came out with the Let It Be documentary or whatever it's called. But this is Peter Jackson had access.
Peter Jackson. That's what I was trying.
Peter
to think of.
Jackson,
Yeah.
he redid it, like remastered it, 4K'd it, and he had access to like 58 hours of unreleased footage.
Wow.
And he
That's
used
cool.
some release footage and he melded it together, and it has really good editing. And it's 3 parts, and each one is like 2.5 hours or more.
Yeah.
So it doesn't skip over a lot of stuff.
That's one of the reasons why I haven't
It's
watched it.
got a lot of fun moments, but it's good. And it's if you're a Beatles fan, if you're a fan of music, it's good. And
one show that just came out that I haven't watched
one
yet.
of my favorite documentaries.
For the same reason I mentioned, I struggle to start new shows. The Witcher season 2 came out.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. Any of it,
but I loved the first season.
I liked the first season.
I really liked it.
The time jumping
it
stuff.
Had issues. It had
The
issues.
time jumping stuff threw me off.
But
the second season's supposed to be like cohesive. Like
because the first season is based off of the author did 2 books that are all just short stories.
Mm-hmm.
So the first season was the short stories, and then they're trying to
season's
set up for the second season.
Yeah,
the second season is based off of the first
cohesive
novel.
Yeah,
it's based off of this novel, Blood of Elves.
Yeah,
which is the first in the actual series of novels.
Yeah,
of The Witcher.
No, I'm really excited, and that did come out this year.
Yeah. So that
another movie though, real quick.
Yeah,
Tom and Jerry. I did see it.
I heard that was good.
It's not.
Really?
Who told you it was good?
Oh, I heard that was actually pretty good.
Who told you?
I don't remember who told me.
Well, they're wrong. I watched it, and I wasn't even drinking that much. It's one of those movies where it's like live action and it puts the animated characters in it. And I do commend it for like keeping the animated characters mostly 2D and like original animation.
Yeah.
It's a nothing movie. It's bad. It's not even fun. As a kid, I don't even think I would enjoy it. It has cool moments with the animation, but like all the characters and the dialogue around it, like the human, they should have just made it Tom and Jerry animated movie.
Yeah.
Easy. But no, they had to do the live action thing. And
I've always been a big fan of Tom and Jerry. But,
I always have been.
Yeah.
But it's bad.
Nah, that's a shame.
You would watch it and you'd be like, "This is a bad movie."
That's a shame.
Within like 5 minutes. Who? I guess it's good if you're drunk and if you only pay attention to the animated parts.
Yeah.
I mean, to its credit, it does fun things like melding the animation with the live action.
Yeah.
But it should have been a direct-to-video movie, and it basically was because it went to HBO Max. So, anyways.
Other thing I just want to mention, there's not much to talk about at the moment, but Book of Boba Fett just came out.
That just came out. That's more of a 2022.
We're not going to talk about it, but
we'll talk about it when it's over.
Just mentioning it just came out.
I watched the first episode. Did you?
I have not yet.
Ooh.
I've been really busy. I spent 13 and a half hours in the car yesterday.
Yeah, and that's when it came out.
And I've been working all day today, and I'm going to be at work all day tomorrow.
But I recommend watching it.
But I'm going to watch it this weekend, though.
It's, from what I gather, it's going to be kind of like a plot supported by loosely connected, like, Boba Fett stories, like kind of an anthology, like badass things Boba Fett has done.
That sounds
in
cool.
The Star Wars universe.
That sounds cool to me.
And it shows how he got out of.
I mean, what I've heard is it's supposed to kind of serve as Mandalorian season 2.5,
like in between thing, like spinoff.
There's rumors that Mando might make a cameo,
but Tamora Morrison in it, he's great.
Oh yeah.
Another character.
I love a clip of him where he's saying that, where he's like, I'm wearing a helmet. He's like, well, this is the moneymaker.
Yeah. Another show that came out the beginning of 2021, I think, if I misremember, Cobra Kai. I think it came out in January.
Yeah.
Season 3. I think better than the second season, not as good as the first season.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's very 80s, but it's in the modern era. Ralph Macchio and the guy that plays Johnny.
I think it's cool that they did it. It's good decision to do a TV show off of that.
No, it's a lot of fun.
It's
a lot of fun. It's cool. And very 80s, but fun. And the new one, I think, coming out the end of this year, real soon, I think.
Cool.
Or maybe the beginning of next year, like January. I don't know why they always pick that. It's kind of a bad time to come out with stuff, I think.
Yeah, well,
I don't know
all the way back in January of last year, 2021, is when WandaVision came out.
That's true. Maybe I'm misremembering when Cobra Kai came out.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it was cool.
WandaVision came out in January of,
and we did a review on it.
2021. Yeah, go watch that
or listen. Listen.
Now, we didn't talk too much on Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, we didn't.
We didn't talk too much about Loki.
Yeah, we did.
We talked a little.
We did a whole episode.
Did we do a whole episode? Loki?
Yeah.
Oh, we did.
Yeah,
right.
cool.
So we didn't talk too much on Falcon Winter Soldier,
but we did.
We did.
Loki.
I think the one we should talk about just briefly here is Hawkeye.
Well, we'll get to that back quick. Review on Falcon Winter Soldier. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's a good continuation of MCU, but kind of inconsequential. But you see how Falcon becomes Captain America.
It was a good show.
It's a fun romp. It's a good show. It's a really good show, and it
still one of my favorite MCU shows.
It actually approaches social commentary about racism and everything, and that's
I actually
really cool.
like it more than Loki.
It's good.
Loki did more for the MCU.
But I would
Winter
disagree with
Soldier,
you.
I just thought was a really good show.
Yeah.
That's why I like just.
And WandaVision was good until like the 4th or 5th episode.
My least favorite so far.
It started out so promising.
Yeah.
And then they Ralph Bonered us. If you've seen the show, you know what I'm talking about.
I will say though, what the order of these shows does kind of Hawkeye coming out throws a bone in there for me, because I was able to say, okay, Falcon Winter Soldier was my favorite, just barely. Loki was really cool, did a lot for the MCU. WandaVision was good, but kind of
fell short.
Yeah,
near the end.
But then Hawkeye comes in, and I'm like, I don't know where this fits in here, because it was really good. And it's
as far
it
as I
kinda-
know, it was supposed to come out when it came out. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't delayed.
it made me go, okay, well, I feel like I actually kind of liked Hawkeye more than Falcon and Winter Soldier,
But that's because it's recent.
but I didn't like it all that much more than Loki, which makes
Right.
me think that
Well-
I like Loki and Falcon Winter Soldier a lot more equally than I did before.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Loki,
I don't know. It's hard
even
to say.
after Hawkeye, Loki's my favorite of the
Loki was
Disney
great.
Plus Marvel shows.
I should watch it again,
Um,
to be totally honest.
It has a
Yeah.
lot of fun. Owen Wilson and Tom
Oh,
Hiddleston are great
good-
together.
good
I love the
duo.
dialogue,
Yeah, they're really
even
good.
when there's not action. And the action's good. And I love Sylvie. She's the Loki variant.
Mhm.
I can't wait to see more of her. And yeah, what it does for the MCU is actually huge.
Yeah.
Jonathan Majors as not technically King the Conqueror, a variant of him.
Yeah.
Really
But
good.
he's going to show up in Ant-Man.
Yeah, and Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Quantumania.
Yeah.
Do you know who else is going to be in that?
I think Bill Murray.
Bill Murray is going to be in
Yeah.
that. We
Which
don't know.
is-
We don't know. What
Oh
role-
fuck! We forgot to talk about it in our movie section. Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Ghostbusters. It was really good.
Yeah,
I
it was really
liked
good,
it.
nostalgic, but it didn't do. It wasn't like Force Awakens where it
Yeah.
was like a repeat or
No,
like
it was a new story.
it made like it didn't make Ghostbusters 1 inconsequential.
It was a new story that
New
built
story.
off of Ghost. It did.
It tried
most-
different things.
It did mostly ignore Ghostbusters 2, with the exception of a few things.
We
here
did
and
give
there.
a brief a review of it on
but it was
an episode.
It was just really good.
No, really good.
really
It played in
liked it.
nostalgia. It was a lot of fun, especially when it really got into the Ghostbusters stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I like the new characters enough. The setting was risky, setting it in a royal setting in Oklahoma, but it was really filmed in Canada. That's not Oklahoma, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
But taking it from New York to that setting was risky because Ghostbusters is, hey, I'm walking here. It's New York, you know. It's all about that. But it was a lot of fun.
We covered the Ghostbusters episode. Ghostbusters in our
Tis the Season.
episode
Yeah.
71.
71. We did a brief
Yeah, that's we
recap of it.
because that was
Um,
a lazy episode.
Yeah,
So we
but
spent
it
a lot
ended
of
up-
time talking about Ghostbusters.
and it's still like one of our better performing episodes recently, which I
Yeah.
do not get. But
I'm glad you guys like it.
yeah, but yeah, it goes out and it does a great tribute. Because as you know, Harold Ramis died
yeah,
years back in like 2014.
yeah. I remember,
And I'll say it does a good tribute to him.
I remember when he died. I remember I was in class when I found out he died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first Ghostbusters is still my favorite though, definitively.
So
Like,
good. I love that movie.
That movie
Um,
is perfect. And what's funny, when I was a kid, I used to just like the ghost stuff in it
yeah.
and like the kind of wacky stuff. But like now as an adult, it's hilarious, dude.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's so good.
Well,
it's one of my favorite comedies.
Yeah, my
Honestly.
little sister went to go see it, and she told my mom she loved it. But my little sister is just
Finn Wolfhard.
in love
man.
with Finn Wolfhard. So I remember being on my phone with my mom, and she was like, "Was it like out? As an adult, was it good?" And I'm like, "Yes." As an adult and a Ghostbusters fan, it was good.
Before we get back to the Marvel shows, because that's what mostly dominated 2021. Squid Game's great. Cobra Kai was good. If that came out this year, I can't quite remember, but I know the new one's coming out.
Yeah.
You season 3. I only watched like half of it with my girlfriend. It's basically about like a serial killer guy, and his wife is also a serial killer in this season. And he's kind of like a young Dennis. Like when I was watching it, I was like, he reminds me of Dennis, like from Always Sunny. And it's season 3 in particular. It has a lot more fun with its whole concept because like it's husband and wife serial killers now, and they're like pit against each other and like cheat on each other and all this shit and drama. And it's a lot of fun. And throughout the show, the main actor, I can't remember his name, but I think his character's name is Joe. I'm not sure if that's his real name. But yeah, it's like this inner monologue that goes on throughout the show. So he's like thinking about people and like psychoanalyzing everything, and like you hear his thoughts, and that's pretty cool. It's a good show. There's probably other shows I haven't watched or mentioned, but I mean, I can only talk about what I've watched, especially on shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Always Sunny, season 15.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it?
No.
Colton.
I already explained to you.
I know, but you've fallen behind.
I don't watch new shows.
But Always Sunny isn't a new show.
It's season 15's a new show.
It's a new season.
It's a new show. It's a new season, new show.
Well,
same difference.
It's taking it in a direction I really like. It's better than season 14 wasn't bad by any standards, I don't think. I think season 13 was a little bit better than 14. But yeah. Season 15 of Always Sunny, it takes it places that I never thought it would take it. Spoiler, well, I won't tell you, but they do cool stuff in it, and there's some. It does kind of scare me because it does feel like they're concluding these characters and they're ready for it to end soon. Like, maybe it won't go that way. I mean, I've heard it will go to like season 18, but who knows? At this point, it could go to season 18 and stop, or it could just keep going until they all die, because it's the longest running comedy sitcom. And this season, it's different. But it also brings back like some good tropes, like the gross out stuff, like the classic Always Sunny stuff. But it's taking it in a more maybe not necessarily mature, but like contemplative like direction, like more like really digging into these characters.
Yeah.
Because they've been the same characters, besides Mac, really, because he came out as gay. They've been the same characters the whole time, basically.
Pretty much.
But it's starting to get into like what makes them tick, and no spoilers, but
I'll have to watch.
But like what they do with Charlie,
I have the next like 2 weeks off.
What they do with Charlie
stuff
is actually amazing.
Yeah.
What they do with Charlie, like I cried.
Yeah.
Like what they do with Charlie, I cried watching Always Sunny. And also left, of course. But season 15 of Always Sunny. It is short though. It's only like 8 episodes.
Yeah,
but they had a lot of trouble, like, because they filmed it during COVID.
Yeah,
and it does have a 2020 episode, like a COVID episode.
Today's day and age, it's difficult.
But I think the next season will be longer, hopefully. But we'll see. But and some people don't like it because they think it got too political. But newsflash, Always Sunny has always made fun of shit and has always been political.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's subtle about it or upfront, that's a different discussion.
They're typically pretty upfront, but
yeah, I mean, unless you just have, if you think these characters, especially like Frank or like if you think they're good characters at all, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
But no, it does cool things, and Charlie should win an award. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. And
I'll have to watch it.
Danny DeVito feels more like classic Frank again, if you know what I mean.
Nice.
Like gross out, like weird, like
Good. I like that.
Yeah. And Mac is more he's different because he's like come out Mac. He's like openly gay Mac now. For the last couple seasons. But he feels more classic Mac than ever, and I love it.
Nice, yeah.
In fact, they all kind of feel more classic versions of, but it like explains their characters more.
Nice.
And there is an episode where it shows how they bought the bar.
Ooh,
a flashback episode.
Fun.
And what I love about that episode, they don't wear any makeup. They don't have like different actors. They look the same age, but they're supposed to be playing significantly younger versions of themselves.
That's pretty good.
I think the only one they make look younger is Danny DeVito, and that's mostly just like hair dye.
Yeah.
And Lethal Weapon 7.
Oh,
Enough
shit.
said.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So to Hawkeye, yeah, I love Hawkeye.
Yeah.
I love Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop, amazing.
Oh, I hope we
She's
see more of her.
Honestly, one of my favorite additions to the MCU.
Yeah.
Also, the inclusion of Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova, the new Black Widow, basically.
Yeah.
She's really good.
She was
And
good.
I'm glad she's going to be the new Black Widow.
I thought the swordsman, Jacques.
Yeah, he's a lot.
was
Oh, yeah,
fun.
you've seen this show.
I've seen it, yeah.
I was like trying to be all vague about it.
Seen all the Marvel shows.
And
Just a few of them,
spoiler
few
alert,
minutes.
but not really a spoiler alert because it's everywhere on social media. Like even Marvel's being open about it. Kingpin's in it.
Yeah.
Vincent D'Onofrio, same version,
Ooh, he's
but
good.
different version.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's gonna be
He
like.
seems stronger.
Well, he's definitely like super strong now.
Yeah.
Like ripping car doors off, surviving explosions,
Yeah.
like doing impossible things. Because like in the Netflix show, I don't know if you've seen all of it, but
he's
like
just a guy.
he's like a big, strong guy.
But
Yeah,
he's-
and
but
he's
he-
strong.
But he's just a guy.
But in this, he seems more comic book, which I
Yeah,
like. I like.
thought it was really good.
Some people complain that like he didn't seem like hardcore enough. But it's like it's still a Disney Plus show, guys. Like this isn't Netflix. Like they can't
Yeah,
go that far
They're
with it.
not gonna.
He's not gonna like smash a guy's head off with it, but with a car door.
But I liked him. I thought he was really good.
and also the inclusion of you know who in Spider-Man: No Way Home at the same time, basically like the same week.
yeah,
I'm excited where they take these characters. Also, Echo. I love Echo. She's getting her own series. And what's
Yeah.
great about that actress? She's not only like the first like Native American actress to be in the MCU.
She was really good. Yeah.
Aliqua Cox, I believe her name is. She actually is an amputee. That's not just the show. She's an
Nice.
amputee and she's actually deaf.
Wow.
And
oh wow.
she's
That's
never
cool.
been in any movie or show before. This is her first acting gig.
Wow, she did really good.
I know.
She's very
And
good then. yeah.
her friends told her because like Marvel was looking for Native American, athletic, deaf actress.
They're like, well, you.
That's you.
Bill.
And she's great in it. And I love
She's
her.
good,
And
yeah.
she's actually getting her own show. Like they announced
Oh,
that before
sick.
this came out. So they must have been so impressed or confident in her portrayal, you know?
Well, she did good.
And Jeremy Renner, he's great. He's like a annoyed dad, you know?
I hate that.
This is the best version of Hawkeye.
Since, like, because like we used to make fun of Hawkeye in the first
it's still fun to make
Avengers.
fun.
I hate that slowly they've made me like Jeremy.
No, you like
Renner's
him,
Hawkeye.
yeah.
I like
He doesn't
him.
have the bad haircut anymore.
He doesn't have the bad haircut. He's just an annoyed dad. But the whole
But a caring dad.
I do like spoiler that he's cleaning up his mess though.
Yeah, the Ronin mess.
Yeah, that's not gonna go into.
There's
too
a
much
part
more
in the
of that,
show
but,
that happens. I'm like, did he do that? Was that him that did that? That killed that person?
yeah,
Because it doesn't really explain it, and I think they might save that to explain it in Echo or something,
yeah.
or in a future show. And I cannot wait to see more of Vincent D'Onofrio.
Well, I think it's implied
It's
that he
Kingpin.
did do it.
Yeah.
but he
But
reveals that
yeah, I
it wasn't just.
can't wait to see
Yeah.
more Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop. She's great, and Vincent D'Onofrio, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
both really good.
and
And again, actually, I hope we see more of
like personality wise and acting wise, he is the same Kingpin.
Yeah.
Same look.
yeah.
And
same
I like
look,
how they
same
film him.
style.
Like I don't think he's wearing any prosthetics, but it looks like he's filmed bigger. Like he
They
looks
film him.
big.
They film.
Like-
I noticed this when I was watching.
I mean,
it.
he's already a big guy.
They
but
shoot him from low angles.
yeah,
to make
like
him look big.
he looks even more imposing
Yeah.
than he did in the Netflix show. And I'm thinking like now that he's like actually super strong, it's like Daredevil's gonna have a hard time now, like even more than before.
It's cool though.
But yeah, I'm so
Hawkeye,
excited.
The Hawkeye, it got me excited for.
Now
some
I
cool
wonder
stuff.
if they'll explain oh, maybe did he get a super soldier serum or whatever? Or will they not explain it and just be like, this is...
I have a feeling they just won't explain
It's like
it.
the same version, but new.
I have a feeling they won't explain it, really.
I don't think they should because I don't think they should...
Just let it be.
They shouldn't acknowledge that the Netflix shows are canon or not. They should just let it be up to the fans.
Yeah, just let it be.
Because, yeah, the Netflix shows are like M-rated, violent, like stuff that Disney wouldn't have on Disney Plus at all. I've heard that Hulu might be their like platform for their like R-rated stuff if they do anything like that.
I've heard that too. Yeah.
The only character that I heard will be R-rated for sure is Deadpool. Because they know they would lose money if they didn't make it.
Oh yeah. I've heard they're gonna let Deadpool those movies have kind of their freedom.
If they kept Daredevil R-rated, that would be sick.
Yeah.
And Moon Knight, I'm so excited for it.
I'm nervous about how they're gonna do that.
I'm a little nervous.
Not R-rated. Yeah.
But then again, it doesn't have to be. I mean,
no, it doesn't. I think Oscar Isaac's going to be good. I think it'll be good.
Oh, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that Oscar Isaac's an amazing actor.
I think it'll be good. I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not super worried about that.
Just real quick. Any notable video games that you've played or that you've heard of this year? There's only like a couple that I.
This
can
was
mention.
not a great year for video games. I thought.
Next year though, this year coming up,
next year,
holy shit,
be really good.
And starting off with Elden Ring, yeah, it's gonna be a good year. There's a epic fail of this year for video games, and the GTA remakes or whatever, the definitive edition,
pretty bad,
really bad. Has bugs, has glitches and bugs that the old games don't. It's basically just like a polished up version, but worse. And like the character models look horrible for the most part.
I'm trying to think of other games.
A game that was a very big standout that really surprised everybody, surprised me, the Guardians of the Galaxy game.
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard it's really good.
I haven't beat it yet, but I've started playing it again. It's. At first, I was so like not into it because like, oh, you just play as Star-Lord and you like command the Guardians, but the character dialogue, the interactions, the RPG elements they throw in there, it kind of feels like a Telltale game at some points.
Yeah, I've heard it's really.
The gameplay is a lot of fun and it's focused because you just play Star-Lord and you command the Guardians to do things and you can unlock different abilities for them. And yeah, they look like kind of off-brand MCU. But they're so different from that, and it's so much more comic booky. Like, there's so many references. It's a good game, legitimately. Like, it's a fun action-adventure game, and
I can't really think of any.
And all the suits and costumes are included and free. There's no microtransactions. It's all story mode, all single player, and
nice.
It's a lot of fun.
I can't really think of any games this year that I've played that are.
You feel like Star-Lord.
Nice. Yeah.
That's something IGN would say.
You feel like him.
You feel like.
No, next year is going to be a better year for games.
I don't know when it's coming out, but a game besides Elden Ring, but a game that's really on my radar is Insomniac's Wolverine game.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Because they did this Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales, and those are amazing games.
On my radar is Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga,
which was supposed to come out this year.
Yeah, I was very disappointed.
Delayed, which has me worried, slightly worried.
Yeah,
but it is on my radar.
It's on my radar. Saints Row is on my radar, but not as a guaranteed I'm going to buy it.
Oh yeah, the new one, the remake or like whatever.
Yeah, it's a remake. I think it looks cool. It's different.
Yeah.
I'm hearing
different aesthetic.
I'm hearing a lot of Saints Row fans being very, very upset, saying it's the toxic side of the gamers of it's too woke. It's not Saints Row. It's all
shut up.
All that shit.
It
looks cool, but I'm weary of it just because I don't think I've seen enough to convince me I definitely want to buy it. But it's on my radar because I'm a big fan of Saints Row.
Metroid Dread that came out this year.
I want to play that.
Yeah, I plan on
Looks
picking it
really
up
good.
as soon as I can.
I've heard it's
but
hard.
I've heard it's hard, but
it's difficult. Yeah.
I like Metroidvanias.
Yeah.
That's kind of been like the divisive part. Like it's a hardcore Metroidvania,
Yeah.
but I'm into that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm
I
definitely
like
into
that
that.
shit. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a weak year for video games.
Yeah.
I guess Halo Infinite, but just the multiplayer.
That was good. I played the multiplayer.
Yeah, I've heard that's good.
I've been playing the multiplayer. It's pretty good.
What else?
As a Halo fan, I thought it was really good. I've not played the campaign yet.
But yeah, I can't really think of any other.
I've been
game.
meaning to play Back for Blood.
Yeah, but what I've heard
just
bad
not
about,
gotten around to it.
Well, the thing I've heard about that, it's only online.
Really? Oh,
You
that's
cannot
weird.
play it single player.
That's
the
weird.
only way you can do it single player is playing with bots.
That's weird.
That's why I haven't got it because
Yeah.
like I don't have enough friends.
It's on
that have the
Xbox
same-
Game Pass.
Yeah, but like my thing
It
is
doesn't
like
cost me
all my
anything to
friends
play
have
it.
different consoles, and it might have cross-platform, but the fact that it's only online and I can't just enjoy it by myself turns
Yeah.
me off.
Yeah,
I
don't
I'm
like
a
that.
solo. Yeah, I like a good online game. Oh, here's a game, Chivalry 2.
Oh yeah, you've played that. Yeah,
It's a lot of fun. It's
Yeah,
madness.
It looks awesome.
It's gory. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's nonsensical. It's arcadey, but it's also got really like intuitive like sword play, like combat in it and everything. It's a lot of fun. It's my favorite multiplayer game this year.
All right.
Better than whatever Call of Duty shat out this year. Modern War or whatever it's called, Modern Warfare 2 or whatever. I don't know.
I've heard the new Battlefield game is really bad.
Buggy. Oh, speaking of one more game. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach.
Oh yeah, you
So
mentioned you've
I've been playing it.
that,
I've been
yeah.
trying to progress in it. It has so much potential to like actually be a good horror game,
Yeah.
but it's buggy as hell. Speedrunners have beat it within 5 minutes because there's a glitch that you can exploit, even on consoles, where you can like get all the way to the end of the game within 5 minutes by clipping through the map. It's got very ill-defined like mission directions. The map has no labels or anything on it because it's an open-ended game, and it has good potential. The AI sucks mostly.
Yeah.
But it's still a fun game. Like I still enjoy it. And it definitely has scary moments. There's this moment where you go into this daycare and there's this weird like sun guy that like catches you and he won't let you go anywhere. But he doesn't like try to hurt you. But then the lights go off and he turns into this like evil moon guy that's trying to kill you. You have to turn all these generators on. That part was legitimately scary until I had to redo it like 10 times.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm just bad at horror games. I've always been kind of bad at horror games because, you know, I get scared and it makes me perform.
I'm very bad at them.
It makes me perform bad.
Yeah.
But this game has such ill-defined, and you'll see other people talking about it, like ill-defined mission directions and vague.
Yeah.
And when it gets to the point when you're replaying the same thing over and over just because of how fucked and how like annoying and how unfair it is, it doesn't become scary anymore. It becomes annoying and frustrating. And I'm stuck on a part where there's like these weeping angels type like endoskeleton animatronics. It's just like the endoskeleton. They don't move when you're looking at them. They move when you're not. And you have to get through this part, activate all these switches, get to the end, and then there's like 100 of them after you. And yeah, it's got scary moments. It's got good gameplay, but it's buggy as hell, and that hurts it. But the fact that it's just so ill-defined, so vague. But I can't say I don't recommend it either. It's still fun if you're into those games.
Yeah.
And but what's really hilarious, it has a ray tracing setting you can toggle. And when you turn on the ray tracing, the FPS probably goes down to like 12. And it's horrible, and it's not actual ray tracing. Everything just sparkles. Everything looks like it has glitter glue on it. And it looks awful.
That's weird.
So turn that shit off. Don't run it with ray tracing. Even if you have a PC that can handle it, it won't, because this game is not optimized.
Yeah.
But I can't say it's not a good time. Like, I don't know. It gets frustrating, but it's ironically funny sometimes. And in this one, Freddy is your friend, and he's basically like a mech you can go into. And when you can go into him, the other animatronics can't get you.
That's okay.
But that's also how players
Players
also use that mechanic to glitch the game and speedrun it.
Oh,
So it doesn't work well.
yeah.
And the FPS is all over the place and weird. Like, there's these like basic bots that go around, like security bots. They're like basic, and like their FPS is like twice as slow as like the regular game's FPS. I don't know if that's intentional. But it's a game that exists. But if you're into if you're into horror games or whatever,
I'm just trying to.
I know you're trying to keep on
trying
track.
to think of other games. That,
also, if you don't want to play it, but you just want to watch it, watch Markiplier's play.
Oh, no, yeah.
I've actually been watching him again, and he's like my only.
He's pretty good.
He's like the only Let's Player guy I actually like.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
And I like his podcast.
There's a couple Let's Player guys I like. But,
him. Who else?
Zany.
Yeah.
Just Modest Pelican. I like Modest Pelican. I'm trying to think of other games. The Bowser's Fury.
I almost got that. That did come out.
It's pretty
year.
good. It's pretty
Have
good.
you played it?
Yeah, I have that.
Switch.
Yeah.
So doesn't it come with 3D World?
Yeah, it's 3D World and Bowser's Fury.
I heard the 3D World port is better than Bowser's Fury.
The 3D World port is really good, but it's an older game. Bowser's Fury is a brand new game, and it's small, but it's really good. It's really good.
Heard it's a lot of cats.
A lot of cats. Yeah, they lean heavy into cats. That game.
No, I do want to grab that though.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
I've been getting back into the
I don't
Switch.
think there's any other brand new games I've been playing this year.
It was still pretty weak on games.
I've bought some new games, but not ones that came out this year.
And
I've been playing Project Zomboid, but that's like a very old game.
Oh yeah. Not necessarily that I'm disappointed, but Elden Ring was delayed till February 25th. It was supposed to come out January, so I gotta wait slightly longer for it.
That's not
but
too
if that
bad,
means
though.
it's gonna be a better game, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't want to. Hopefully, it's not a Cyberpunk situation where it's all hype and then ends up sucking. But Vadi Vidya, he play tested it for hours. And had nothing but good things to say about it.
Nice.
So that's all I need to know.
That looks cool. It does look cool. Yeah.
What else? Yeah, music. So we did our album reviews for the first time this year. Some of the albums that we talked about that came out this year.
Hold on.
But yeah, music this year. I don't listen to that much new music, honestly. I'm kind of bad about it.
I'm really bad about it, but there's a few albums that I've listened to this year.
Well, a couple. And go ahead and listen to our album reviews.
Oh yeah, those are good.
But there's a couple albums that we reviewed that came out this year. So, okay, Human Weezer. If you listen to our album review,
Really
you know.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, we both love it, actually,
Really
not just
great.
me.
Yeah.
And that came out like in February. And then also Weezer released Van Weezer, which doesn't really hold up to that, but it's still fun. And then the Chats.
The Chats.
I forget what that album's called.
I should know this off the top of my head. I don't know.
But the Chats, honestly, one of the best like upcoming like punk bands. And they're just a lot of fun, and they're funny, and you know it's a
High
good
risk
time.
behavior. High risk behavior.
High risk behavior. Yeah, that came out this year. And then Alphabet Land. That
was
X
last year.
Was that last year? Yeah, 2020. Yeah. And another album that I know for sure came out this year. And on the next album reviews, I'm definitely going to include something that's not rock. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But Senjutsu, Iron Maiden, that came out this year, their latest album.
Yeah.
And I think it's better than Book of Souls, and it brings me back to more of like the older era, which is cool. It's a cool album, definitely cool. An honorable mention. It's not a 2021 album, but Muse Origin of Symmetry 20th anniversary remix.
Oh yeah,
because that album came out in 2001, but they did the remix of it, and it's honestly, it's not just a remaster; it's a remix, and it's one of the best like remixes of an album I've ever heard. Because the old album was already great, but they open it up. It like the acoustics are so much better. Like it's opened, reverb, and some people complain that it goes a little too hard on the like bass and treble. Like there's no mid to it. But honestly, the original album, as great as it was, it's still a great album either way. But like,
the good,
it was old and it fell flat, and like they didn't like have as good like mixing.
They're good songs
as it was.
The mix doesn't have to be perfect if they're good songs.
But like this, it's just honorable mention because like the remix is like, it blew my mind. Like I was like, man, they didn't actually redo the album. They just went in and they just remixed it, and they did. I think they did a good job with it, and it feels like a new album, and that's just kind of a testament to the album. Because it's just so ahead of its time. But
Dropkick Murphys came out with a new album this year.
Oh, they did. Early this year. Back in March?
April.
Real
close, good album. Not their best, but better than their previous one, though.
I'll have to listen to it.
It was pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, so that's it. So before
sure there's more.
We have a fun quiz here. Our friends from BuzzFeed, you know it. But before we go there, and I want to see what you think. I don't know if you've written anything up, but I have some episode recommendations from our podcast for new listeners, our recent listeners at least. Maybe not necessarily.
Before we I have a couple other albums.
We've
not talked about that. I just while we're at it, 2021.
Okay.
I think would be really good to mention. Matt Heckler came out with a new album this year. He's that fiddle guy that we saw open for Flogging Molly.
Oh, okay.
He came. These are both folk albums.
Okay.
Matt Heckler came out with a new album this year.
Oh shit! Really, there's another album,
and a really really great up and coming artist, Sierra Farrell. Came out with her debut LP this year.
Oh, nice.
It's called Long Time Coming. She is really, really, really good.
Rhiannon Giddens, she came out with an album this year.
Yeah, she's good.
They're Calling Me Home, and it's actually with her husband, I believe. And I've listened to it. I'll have to listen to it again, but it's a lot of like American folk stuff because that's what she's known for. But like, there's some new stuff that she's written in there. But it's a great album.
She's
one of my favorite like musicians. Yeah.
She's really good. Carolina Chocolate Drops, which is the band she's played.
Yeah, that was her band.
Really, really.
But now she's gone solo.
She's the most talented member of.
Oh yeah.
They're all good.
Oh yeah. But anyways, so here's some like recommendations for our show, like episodes that I think would be good for new listeners. Some of them are my personal favorites after looking through that I had a lot of fun with, but I think these would be really good if you're new to our podcast.
Yeah.
Because there's some that honestly are my favorites, but I'm like, no one would understand this if they're new to it, or it's not actually good, but I had fun doing it.
Yeah, it's kind of like we have a lot of inside jokes on the podcast.
So
I don't think a lot of our listeners get.
So I think our first episode of this year, actually, disappointing video games, that is the first of this year. This last year, I think that's a good one to jump in on. That's kind of when we
any episode where we rant about stuff.
We rant,
good.
We rant about video games that were disappointing and that we do not like. A lot about Cyberpunk, and
well, I mean, a year later, Cyberpunk, I've played it again recently.
I've heard it's more of a game now.
but not much.
Yeah.
It's technically better, but there's less glitches, but there's still a lot of glitches.
Yeah.
It's no longer unplayable,
Right.
but it's like Bethesda new release.
But
type of
I
glitches.
also recommend
Yeah.
disappointing video games, for one, because I think it's actually a good episode. But two, it's like when we found our footing, like when we
Yeah.
became the new version of the Odd Drunk Podcast.
Yeah.
It was the first time the new intro
We had our
appeared.
jazzy intro.
Yeah. And if you're new, you've never heard our original intro, which I recommend going to check out in
Yeah.
one of our early episodes.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's
fun.
very adventure time. It's that's the bit. Yeah. Another episode I hate to recommend, but I have to recommend because I absolutely get plastered in it. It's the only episode that I legitimately get blackout drunk in, which I regret. But you know what? Thinking back, it still ended up being a fun episode. And I didn't say anything really offensive, or maybe Colton edited it out. But our punk rock episode, which is also early within the year.
I did edit out some stuff from that.
I'm glad, because I got really drunk in it. But, you know, if you want that, I recommend it. And also, I'm pissed off at Apple Podcasts because we can't if you've been listening to it on that, we still have the Spooktober logo, and I've been trying my hardest to change it back.
I don't know how to operate.
I'm never
Apple
going to
Podcasts.
change the logo for that ever again because it's so hard. It does not make it easy to do that. But anyways, I don't want to rant about that. Maybe that's another episode. I also recommend our Harry Potter episode because that one we actually read a chapter of the book. We have a guest on it, and she knows everything about Harry Potter.
We do eventually give up on reading the chapter.
We do give up on that, but we read an AI version of we read like a AI Harry Potter book, and it's a lot of fun. Our Godzilla commentaries, any of those.
Oh, any of them.
Those are fun.
They're all
And
good.
we will be doing more because we did promise that we would cover the entire Godzilla series.
It's going to take a while, but yes.
Because there's a lot
We'll
a
do
lot
it.
of them.
We will do it.
But we will. Maybe coming up. Also, reluctantly, I recommend our Cats commentary. Because as much as I hated recording that episode, and I listened to it again just a little bit just to kind of remember, and it was legitimately awful what we went through. But
Was it a good episode? I've not listened to that episode since I edited it pretty much.
it's... You really get to get into our characters, I think, because like of how much we can be mad and like sad
my
about
God.
something.
That was
No, but
was a
I
bad
remember
movie.
5 minutes and 2 minutes into that commentary, I think one of us says like, "This is already horrific," and I hate it. So
And it was. It was.
I don't
Foreshadowing.
think that's a really good one for new people. But if you like our commentaries, I would check that one out. But
'Cause we-
maybe don't even watch it with the movie,
Because we typically try to do commentaries of movies we like.
or at least ones that are fun, right?
Yeah.
And
And
Cats
that
was
was neither.
neither.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which ironically makes it fun. It makes it funny. It's a romp.
Yeah.
I also recommend our Red Dead 2 episode.
Oh yeah.
Remembering Red Dead Redemption.
Yes.
It's our first of our like, and we're gonna continue doing these where we do like a retrospective on video games.
And just, I bet you might have this later on your list, but just while you're talking about that series, remembering Skyrim.
I
That
was gonna put
episode.
that on that list, but because we have our friend Caleb on it, but the recording got
The
fucked.
recording is fucked.
So that's why I couldn't recommend
but
it.
I got extremely drunk. On
You
that
did.
episode.
Colton did. So if you want to hear
So if
him
you
get
wanna
drunk,
hear some extremely drunk
Yeah.
Colton,
yeah. I also
it out.
recommend any of our SCP episodes. We've done
Yeah,
2 of them so
they're
far.
both,
One
those were
perspective.
both some of my favorites.
And we're going to continue to do
I
those because
really
there's
enjoyed those.
basically infinite content to
Yeah.
pull from that. So whenever we get stumped, we'll probably do SCP at some point. Also, Dad Rock 2, Electric Boogaloo. I
Yeah.
recommend that. I have my dad on it, and
Yep.
we talk about Dad Rock again because that was our first episode, Dad Rock, back in 2020. I can't believe we've gone this far, that we've committed to this.
Yeah, I'm also surprised. with
Another
this.
one, it's kind of along the lines of the SCP episodes, but way funnier, I think. creepypasta episode.
Oh yeah.
Which we'll definitely do more of that because that was so much fun. We read creepypastas, bad ones, intentionally, and it was a romp.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite ones. I would also recommend our Dark Souls lore episode
That was fun.
because that one was not only fun and a romp, but I put legitimate effort into it, and it may not be 100% accurate, but really, what is with Dark Souls lore?
Yeah.
Really, anything goes. But
I highly recommend.
and then our Elder Scrolls lore.
Yeah, that was fun. I think the Dark Souls one was a better episode though.
Well, I think that one.
They're both fun.
I feel bad on the Elder Scrolls one because I did take you in a lot of directions that you probably didn't want to go.
That's totally that was part of that. It was fun to record,
But that was part of the fun.
All Tomorrow's.
I was about to mention that
was a really good episode.
that one
I
is
think
a
people should
romp
check out.
because
It's weird. And
it's very weird. If you don't know anything about All Tomorrows, I wouldn't even. It's basically like this weird, like speculative evolution sci-fi.
Don't
thing.
even look it up before you listen to the episode.
Just listen to
the episode.
So basically,
and-
instead of like
Yeah.
doing like a summary or like whatever of it, we go through each. Basically, in All Tomorrows, all these different like human like deviant species,
yeah.
and instead of like doing like a lore, we kind of do the lore of it, but mostly we talk about which ones we could beat up. And that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was good. Which ones could we win in a fight with?
Yeah, exactly. Another one I recommend, which I want to do another part of or whatever, because I got plenty more to talk about. Our pet peeves episode.
Oh yeah,
That one was legitimately funny, and it was fun to record. Us
That
really,
took a lot of editing on my part.
yeah, but any of the ones we get mad at something.
That's why it took a lot of editing on my part.
No, but any of the ones we get mad at something are always good.
They're always good. It's
Yeah.
always quality
Yeah.
content.
I also recommend just Spooktober. If you
Yeah.
are in the mood for a dated but spooky time, I recommend Spooktober.
Spooktober this year.
All those
and,
episodes are fun.
and
Both of them.
Last year Spooktober, a little more dated,
But I'm talking more about this year though.
but
And
they're all
also,
good.
I think our best commentary is our Freddy versus Jason commentary.
that was yeah.
I think that's our best one.
I think so too. That was fun.
It was a lot of fun to watch, to record. It was fun. I actually, not the whole thing, but I listened to it while watching the movie with my girlfriend.
Nice.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
My dad actually listened to it while watching the movie because
fun.
he doesn't care about the movie, and
Yeah.
he said he actually had a lot of fun with it. Like,
That's the thing I'm always worried about with our commentaries. They're super fun to do, but they're really best if you watch the movie with us.
well, that's what it is. It's a commentary.
I don't expect everyone to do that though.
No, yeah,
So-
and it's a lot of things podcasts will do
But-
as extra content, and maybe down the line we'll have extra content
Yeah,
when the time comes.
but
But
if any of you are listening, if you want to take the time to actually watch a
if
movie
you watch it with
the commentary episodes, that's the best way to do it.
And that's a good one
I
to do.
think they're good episodes if you do it that way.
yeah,
Yeah.
that one's a romp. I had a lot of fun with that.
Our whole Back to the Future trilogy of
That's fun.
commentaries.
Yeah.
Listen to those.
And then our recently episode 69.
Nice.
Would you rather? We decided.
Did
to
you
do
like
Would
that I
Rather.
put nice?
Yeah,
in the
I do like that.
title?
So that one we do Would You Rather, and that one is very improvisational. But I think that's why it's so fun, and we have a lot of fun with it, and it's just us goofing off
Yeah.
because it's not a topic or anything.
We,
But it's a fun episode, and I would recommend it. And any of our catching up on comics episodes.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Any of our album reviews.
yeah,
we
because
mentioned those before. We mentioned
those we don't just goof off the whole time. We actually give a legitimate
yeah.
summary and review of comics that we like. You know, and we have good Instagram posts of that.
And all these episodes we've mentioned so far are just from this last year.
Yeah, it's all from this last year. And most recently, one that I think is a
Yeah.
big romp, a big load of fun, really dumb, but also fun. And we actually did put some effort into the Saniverse.
That was fun. Yeah.
And we actually recently got a 5-star review, and thank you. And go ahead and leave reviews wherever you can on Apple Podcasts or whatever platform accepts it. Not many of them do. But we've received a 5-star review that just said, "Into the Saniverse, LOL, something."
I love it.
This guy from Arizona. But I appreciate it, and I think that was a fun episode. And if it gave us a 5-star review, I definitely recommend it. But yeah, our logo, like that's so annoying to me.
Arizona Kid 988. Thank you, Arizona Kid 988, for your wonderful review.
What's another? Who's that?
Let's look at these reviews.
Yeah, let's do some review shout-outs real quick. It's end of the year.
Yeah.
We haven't done these before.
2021. We've had a lot of good reviews this year from folks.
Not a lot. We need more.
Yeah.
Tell us we suck. I don't care. I just want feedback.
It's taking a while.
Yeah,
to
because
load.
Apple Podcast sucks.
While that loads,
Even though it's our most listened to thing.
Before we get to our quiz and our finale here,
what's some episodes you recommend that I miss? Did I miss any?
I think you covered the big ones. Yeah.
There's definitely other ones that I enjoyed recording, but I don't know if
I can recommend ones from older episodes, but we're sticking to 2021 here.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like these episodes, go back, listen to the old ones. They deserve some attention too, but we're not going to discuss them right now because those aren't 2021.
Yeah.
While I'm waiting for this to load, I did want to mention real quick one of my favorite things about the new year every year.
I think our best Spooktober episode besides the Freddy versus Jason one was the vampires one.
That was pretty fun.
That one was fun.
But every year on January 1st is one of my favorite things, Public Domain Day.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's the day that a bunch of shit enters the public domain.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, because it's the beginning of the year.
And I believe it's 1926 and before is public domain. This is a special year because of a law passed by Congress in the United States. In the United States, there's weird rules outside of other copyright rules with recordings, with audio recordings. And as of this year, all audio recordings before 1923 are now in the public domain in the United States.
Oh, wow.
All audio recordings. And that was not the case before. But some fun stuff that entered the public domain, the big one, including Winnie the Pooh, is in the public domain now. In the United States. Not the merchandising rights and things like that. Just the original book.
The original book.
Disney still has the merchandising rights and all that.
Yeah, that's not going to load.
Another cool one, which is not in the United States. So not public domain in the United States, but in some countries where it's because United States is very complicated public domain rules. Some countries do when the author dies plus 70 years. Some do, and a smaller number of countries do when the author dies plus 50 years. And in those countries...
I thought it was like 75 years.
70
in the
years.
U.S.? Is that U.S. copyright law?
U.S. it's 70 years, but there's more to take into account than that.
Right,
Because there was a 95-year extension.
Yeah, and the families
because of lobbying by like Disney and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like whoever owns the property.
Copyright law in the United States is weird and complicated.
Yeah.
But another big one is in countries where it is 50 years after the author's death, Jim Morrison's works are now in the public domain.
Oh, really?
In those countries.
I
don't know the countries off my head. I think Egypt's one of them.
Jim Morrison's works.
But Jim Morrison's works, it's been 50 years since Jim Morrison died. This is not loading, but we can just see.
I really like Jim Morrison. I like the spoken word thing, the like poetry he did, but then the Doors went and recorded music over it. And it's actually it's like a good album to just I've listened to it. It's pretty lay
neat.
On the floor and like not think about.
Stare at glow sticks and stuff.
Yeah. Derelict glow sticks.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
Okay.
One time I almost ate one when I was a kid. I could have died.
I don't recall ever doing that, but
I
might
bit
have.
on one.
I
I
might
was
have.
chewing on it.
yeah.
I used to chew on a lot of things.
I remember one time I was lying in my room, like I was in high school, and I was listening to David Bowie in my headphones, and I had a glow stick, and I was just lying on the floor chilling to David Bowie.
Have you ever broken one?
I've broken.
You got the glow on you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was just like staring at a glow stick because I was like high and listening to David Bowie.
That sounds like a good time to me.
I was having a good time, and I remember my dad coming in the room and being like, "Are you okay?" Because he sees me on the floor of the room just.
But anyways,
staring at a glow stick. Okay.
we need to end this episode.
Yeah.
So in typical fashion, not particular fashion, I guess particular, we like BuzzFeed quizzes unironically. No, ironically. Or I don't know it even more.
I'm not even sure.
I'm not even sure. But so we got a quiz here. It's
we just like them.
It's a New Year's Eve quiz. And we always make fun of BuzzFeed because they have bad quizzes, and I hate the results that I get. Because last time it said I didn't have Christmas spirit or whatever.
But you objectively gave way more Christmassy
Than you
answers
did.
than I did, and I got
Yeah.
50% Santa or whatever it is.
Yeah, and I got like 0%
Yeah,
because
and
I
that was
wanted.
pretty- It was pretty
'cause-
bullshit. I was being pretty grinchy in my
Yeah,
answers.
I was just telling the truth, and I think telling the truth is as Christmas
Yeah.
spirit as you can get. But we have a New Year's quiz, and there's a lot of them. This one's from 2018, so it's dated. And you know what's crazy? We're closer to 2024 than we are 2018 now.
I hate you.
And
for saying
you hate that.
I hate
Yeah.
I hate you.
But
for
it's
saying
true. It's true. Because 2018 was 4 years ago, almost. But are you more New Year's?
4 years since Red Dead Redemption 2 came out.
I know, and that game feels so ahead of its time.
Still feels new.
But it feels so old.
Okay. God.
So this quiz is:
You're
are
right.
you more New Year's Eve or Old Year's Eve? So are you cool and young? Or are you old and lame? That's basically what this quiz
Okay.
is. So it's New Year's Eve. At midnight is just a few hours away. What are you doing? Pre-gaming for the evening ahead? Choosing the perfect outfit? Well, that's definitely not. Watching Netflix in bed? Reading a damn book?
All right. Should I answer this honestly, or what I think is the?
Well,
what I
I'm
think is
thinking
the fun
about
answer?
what I'm going to be doing this year. I'm going to be working tomorrow.
Okay. So
We might hang out tomorrow night.
we could, but I'm just thinking.
But are we going to necessarily pre-game for it?
what I'm thinking is, what is the likely answer? Not assuming I have plans,
Watching Netflix in bed.
because I've done that.
Numerous.
You know, my most depressing New Year's was I spent New Year's visiting my parents, but my parents went out
And then,
and I stayed at home for some reason. I don't remember why. And
were you of age?
yes, and I
Okay, that's even sadder.
and I this was my night until they got home. They got home at like 1 a.m. and I spent the night. I drank whiskey
There you go.
and I learned how to play Auld Lang Syne on the violin. Very badly.
Realistically,
That's depressing.
I got to put watching Netflix in bed.
I've done that before.
Because that's at
on New
least
Year's.
what's going to happen. That's the,
Yeah.
like, minimum, right?
Yeah. I'm not going
Um,
to choose the perfect outfit because I don't give a crap.
Who cares?
And I'm probably not going to pregame for anything. I'm just going to go somewhere and drink
Yeah.
if I go somewhere. you
I'd be
know.
down to go to, like, J-Bo's.
Yeah,
But,
they're closed right now.
oh, shit. When do they open?
The staff got COVID.
Oh,
They're
shit.
closed. But Macho's bar is open.
Okay, we can go there.
I saw them today open.
So, man, they haven't been open for a while, too. That's good they're open.
yeah.
Your friend calls and says they're going to the club. It's a 2-hour wait. Okay, I would never go to a club where it's a 2-hour wait.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. Why would anyone do that?
If you guys don't know us well enough, we prefer dive bars over.
I like dive bars.
Where you just walk in, you order a PBR or whatever, you get some chips.
I like dive bars. I like hanging out on my friend's roof, drinking
on the roof,
drinking vodka.
But anyway, so it's a 2-hour wait to get in, and there's a $50 cover.
No,
I would never do it. Even if even assuming I had the money for it, like I wouldn't do that.
This is absolutely fucking not. But have fun.
That's you.
The perfect.
I would probably. I'm not answering the phone tonight, to be honest.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to my friend's house. Probably friend's house.
But I just feel like this idea of waiting 2 hours to pay $50 to go to the club requires an absolutely fucking not.
Pick something to wear for the evening. Something with sequins. No.
What?
Sorry.
You're not gonna wear something with sequins?
Something spiffy. Sweatpants. Ooh, are pajamas.
What's the difference?
It could go either way.
Sweatpants and pajamas.
Sweatpants are like daytime pajamas, in my opinion.
Okay, well, all pajamas are daytime pajamas, Jackson.
Okay, sweatpants are athletic pajamas.
Okay, I'll accept that answer.
Probably pajamas though, because I actually don't have a pair of sweatpants. I have pajama pants.
I'm confused by this entire thing.
But those are both basically the same thing.
I'm just going to default to something with sequins.
That's great. It's now an hour from midnight. What are you up to? Maybe watching Lord of the Rings and trying to time it where King Theoden says, so it begins at midnight. And I have done that.
I want to do that. Yeah.
Might do it again. We might do it again. So, but what are we doing? Partying it up, getting ready to see some fire. No. Plus, we have a fire ban or whatever. Sitting on my couch. Getting ready for bed. I'm not necessarily getting ready for bed. I stay up on New Year's. But sitting on the couch is probably the most
typically
accurate
up until
thing.
1 a.m. every night. Anyway.
Yeah, at least. At least.
On your typical night, sitting on my couch, I don't go out to see fireworks. Although it is fun. I do like going out to see fireworks.
That's more of a 4th of July thing.
I just don't
me.
do it.
Going out to see fireworks was never a New Year's thing.
Yeah,
for
that's
me.
a 4th of July thing.
Yeah, New Year's is just like drinking champagne, getting drunk, and staying up too late.
I can't say I would actually be
because the Earth revolved around the sun. That's all it is, guys. But
I'm probably sitting on
honestly,
the couch.
I'm probably sitting on the couch. Yeah. It's 11:45.
We're really lame.
Yeah, I know. We're lame in all these quizzes. It's 11:45. Pick your next drink. I don't give a fuck. Just make it strong. Okay. Red Bull. Why? I'll sip on a nice wine or craft beer. Close. That's close. Tea. No one's drinking
Well,
tea.
on a normal casual night, I would say a nice wine or a craft beer. Now, New Year's, though, I might be watching Netflix on my couch or in my bed.
But you don't care.
I am gonna
make it strong.
I am gonna get lit doing it.
Yeah. I don't care what it is.
So I will make it strong.
Yeah. The clock strikes midnight. What are you doing? Having a toast? Kissing someone you love? No, she's going to be at work. I'm watching the ball drop from the comfort of my couch.
I don't watch the ball drop. Lame.
I mean, I've watched it drop.
I've watched it.
That's like a tradition.
I've watched it drop before, but I've always thought it was stupid.
Well, I always thought about
because my parents would put it on. I'd be like,
I've
why are
always
you
wanted
watching
to go to New York for Christmas.
That would be cool. Yeah.
It would be cool. But what
no, actually no. I changed. I don't want to go to New York for Christmas. I just watched Hawkeye.
You could. That's all you need.
I don't want to run into
the tracksuit mafia. You don't want to get punched by Kingpin. You don't want that.
Well, if it's Vincent, I'll go get punched by Vincent D'Onofrio,
the actor.
The actor, yeah.
I wouldn't want to get punched by him. Remember him in a Full Metal Jacket?
Yeah,
he shot that guy. And he ate the donuts or whatever.
It'd just be cool.
It would be cool to say you got punched by
that'd be such a cool story if I was in New York on Christmas
and I got punched by Vincent D'Onofrio.
I saw Vincent D'Onofrio and I walked up to him and he punched me.
Yeah,
that's a cool story.
It would be a cool story. But But what I was saying, I've always wanted to go to New York for like Christmas and whatever, because that's like one of the ultimate Christmas places. But, however, I would not wait more than like an hour for a dumbass ball to drop.
Yeah.
In fact, I could see that on TV. And 2, it's boring on TV. And all the New Year's stuff they do on TV is cringy.
Yeah, it doesn't sound fun to me.
So, no, I'm not watching the ball drop. I've already seen balls drop.
Yeah.
I'm asleep. I'm not asleep
by midnight. I typically stay up.
Maybe kissing somebody you love, but not this year. It's sad. I guess having a toast.
I like toast a lot, but I'm going to be all romantic and say
well, I don't get that. I don't get
just
that
rubbing
because
it in your
my
face.
girlfriend works overnights.
Yeah, she's like a career.
Yeah, she has a career and
It's
like she's making
a good job.
She's gonna make like good money.
Yeah. It's being successful.
Yeah, and finally, wait, and finally, it's the next morning. Happy New Year's Day. What are you doing?
Taking
so,
aspirin.
I have a story real quick, and if my dad is potentially listening, or I'll just tell him later that I told this story, but. I remember New Year's Day. It was a few years ago. I think it was like 2017, maybe 2018, maybe. I can't remember exactly. But we had New Year's. We celebrated New Year's night at my dad's friend's house, and he's got a nice house and everything, and it was a fun time. But we went over there for New Year's Day to hang out. I'm pretty sure it was it was New Year's Day. Well. My dad's friend, and they're best friends, and they both do stupid shit. But my dad's friend was trying to make like a concoction, like a homemade chemical bomb to like set off in his backyard.
Fun.
Yeah.
Fun, yeah.
For New Year's. Well, I remember he fucked it up or something, and he accidentally set it off and almost went blind. It blew up in his face. He had chemicals in his eye. I don't know what chemicals, but bad ones. And it like bleach and shit. And his eyes was blind for like a few days straight. Almost went blind.
Holy crap.
Somehow made it okay though. And like he's fine now. But I just remember my dad's friend making a bomb in his kitchen and then it blew up in his face. On New Year's Day.
You want to know what New Year's Day is to me?
So that's what New Year's Day is to me, though.
Yeah, you want to know what New Year's Day
Blowing
is to
up
me?
a chemical bomb in your face.
New Year's Day to me is sleep day.
No, honestly, but I won't be able to. I'll be working.
I have the day off.
But taking an aspirin because you're hungover, regretting all my life choices. No, that's for a little bit later in the year. Because New Year's, you always feel good about it. Having a peaceful brunch with friends. No, I'm still asleep. I'm probably going to be...
My work is closed on New Year's Day.
Still asleep. Old years. We both got old years.
Yeah.
So old years. Let's face it, your New Year's is more like an old year's. Who needs all that drunken debauchery when you could binge some Netflix and go to bed at a reasonable hour? Oh God, this is dated. Happy 2019, fellow old people. But we never said we weren't drinking.
Is it dated because happy 2019 for an old person? Is it implying that we're just like old, that we still think it's 2019?
I wish it was still 2019. That was the before days. You know?
We're still young. We're supposed to be partying and shit.
Well, we didn't say we weren't drinking on this quiz.
No, we did say we were going to be lit.
We just said we weren't going to dress up or go anywhere. Or do anything. We're just going to drink on the couch.
I'm going to watch Netflix in my pajamas on my couch.
And get drunk.
But I'm going to be blackout drunk while doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, whatever. Whether you're having a New Year's or an old Year's or a mediocre year.
Just do it safely. Don't drink and drive.
Do it safely. Don't drink and drive. That's for sure. I'm glad you said that because I was just going to say, we wish you a happy
You're going to say, dude.
No, but this is a long episode, but that's okay. It's the last episode of the year.
Yeah. It's going to have to hold y'all over all the way until
Well,
Like,
yeah, we're
next month.
we're taking a
whole
break
month.
for January as we did last year. And if you're a new listener, go check out our old episodes. They're fun. And we will see you next year. I know that's a bad joke, but we will see you next year. And yeah, we wish you a happy new year. Have a good time. Don't drink and drive. Stay safe out there, people. And
And go listen to other Odd Drunk podcast episodes.
yeah, and we
Listen to other podcasts too. It's Christmas. It's holiday time. You might have some free time. A lot of people have free time this time of year. Go listen to some other podcasts.
no, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, not just us. I mean,
Go listen to That Help.
but specifically listen to us.
Yeah,
Because
prioritize us.
yeah, prioritize us. But yeah, have a good new year. We will see you next year.
Yeah.
Probably in February with more episodes. Yeah, more episodes. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
Something
it.
like that.
We need a break though, because we're going insane.
We're just gonna
And
drop
we're
an
burnt
episode
out.
one day, and then
Just, like, out of
and-
nowhere.
and then it'll be started. But
Yeah.
it's been a successful year. We went a whole year, only missed a couple weeks.
Yeah, honestly,
I'm very proud of us. But we're burned out as fuck.
we
So-
are burnt out, but we will see you next year. And I'm excited, but I'm
Yes.
also ready for this break.
and I'm very.
And you should
tired.
all take a break if you can.
Yeah, take a break.
But have a
I'm-
good time.
I'm tired.
I am tired.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it. We're done.
Happy,
Season 2 or whatever is done.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yeah.
Auld Lang-
2022.
All
Too many twos for me.
Auld Lang Syne and all and such.
3 twos too many. 2022. They can't make good.
That took me a second to process what
Yeah,
that
yeah.
means.
And you know what's funny? They can't make any good glasses out of it. You know how they always make New Year's glasses?
yeah,
Like shades?
yeah,
They can't out of 2022.
that
It's
doesn't-
one of those years.
It doesn't work.
In fact, we're not going to have a good year for like New Year's glasses until like 2030, honestly. You got to have another 0 in there.
Yeah,
And it's just not going to happen. But I don't want to think
it,
about
it
that.
just makes me think
Hey,
that
you
when
know-
2030 rolls around, I gotta get me one of those pairs of glasses, and I gotta save it.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss-
Anyways,
Yeah.
we're done.
Yeah.
Leave.
Go home. What are you still doing here? It's over.
And if you're at work or whatever listening to this, stop. Get back to work. Why are you listening to us? No, have a good
Go
time.
drink a little bit.
Have a good one.
This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. The Odd Drunk Podcast recommends that you follow their Instagram and join their Facebook group for more fun content. To view all of our current available streaming and social media platforms, visit our Linktree in the description below. If you enjoy the show, it would be appreciated if you leave us a rating or a review on Apple Podcasts. Okay, Colton, you can roll the outro now.
This episode isn't started yet.
No.
So if you hear this recording, you stole Colton's laptop.
yeah, give it back.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be anywhere else. It wouldn't be on the net. I don't think it would. Shut up.